Oh, sand squid. Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh God, is it already happening? Good Lord. Greetings, programs. Greeting everybody out there. Welcome back to Drunkens and Dragons. Tonight we got a special night because, you know, sometimes we do things in this life to make a goddamn living, right? You gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta look good, you gotta put on pants. Not tonight. None of these cameras go below the waist. So as far as you know, this is a pantsless evening, and I would like to welcome my pantsless friends. We've got Victor, Matt, and Chris here, my illustrious players from the last session of Warp Shell, where we explored the Red Sword and witnessed the power of a Dark Star, which I think is going to become some kind of an interesting part of the Warp Shell lore. So as a preface, as a foreword tonight, first of all, I want to welcome my three players. You guys are absolutely fantastic. It's great to see your faces again and freaking get into some gaming tonight, roll some dice, all right? But also, I wanted to make a little comment about the fuck we doing, okay? Sometimes, you know, since now I make a living on this crap, I have to make a living on it, right? I don't want to say any offensive things, and I want to be embracing to all people, and I want to make sure that I do a great job. And that's still true tonight, but I'm going to have to put a little freaking caveat. I'm going to have to put a warning on this evening. Tonight, I'm playing with three of my friends, and I don't give a fuck about what I'm supposed to do. I just want to have some fun. I want to roll some dice, and I want to do it wrong. Because let's face it, I have no freaking clue what I'm doing, and neither do you. And this is the joy of attacking any creative endeavor. The very first step, as Socrates taught us, is that you have to know that the unexamined life is not worth living. So tonight we're going to examine this life. Fuck it. And of course, everybody out there watching, and Chris, Matt, Victor, whatever is going on in your life and in your nation and on your continent tonight, be it good or bad, tomorrow's going to be just a little bit mo better, because that's how we're going to make it. And it's going to take effort to do that shit. That's where those words came from, and we're going to live those words. So welcome, everybody. It's like going to church sometimes. I think people go to church on Wednesday night, right, guys? Is that an actual thing? Because that's what we're about to do. So tonight's adventure is called The Splinters of Iris. Now, coming out of last time, these three players, who are bloody brilliant, by the way, not only in their ability to survive and so on and so forth, because honestly, let's face it, doing damage and surviving is not what makes this hobby interesting. It's who you are. It's why you are. It's what you say and what you do, not the outcome of who you are that matters, just like real life. And after that last adventure, I had no idea what to do next. And that's why I had to do this next adventure, because I saw this void. And when I see a void like that, my stupid berserker that came from my ancestors is ignited, and I have to go press the void. So I had to ask what comes next. I warped these guys into the void, and I didn't know what came next. And I know that a lot of you guys out there watching are in this same boat, because this is being a dungeon master. You don't know what's coming next. And so what do you do when you don't know what's coming next? So tonight, the only thing I knew that I wanted to do is that I wanted an adventure in side view. So tonight, we are going to do an entire adventure in side view. And I know this is a little strange, but I want to invite you to expand your imagination to see a world from the side. Much like when you played Metroid Zero, or you played Super Metroid, if you're old like me, or you played Fusion, or you played Faxanadu. If you played those games and you know that feeling, that's the feeling that I want to create tonight, and I want to do it with three of my good friends that now there's going to be some travel involved because beards must collide. Well, Victor, I don't know what's going to happen with your face. So each of you, let's recap really quickly, okay? And get that mute off. And let's remember these three characters, okay? So first of all, Chris, remind us who Zed is.
Zed is a reptoid ghost taken from his people at a young age to the planet of Kara to become an absolute top assassin. Now out to find his people and is left somewhat scarred by his first interaction with them, being the warped mutants of the Red Sword, and is still kind of trying to come to terms with that.
So Karar is a sort of a world or a way for you, right? What is the link between Karar and swordplay? So
it's the word Karar itself means to dance, or to be a dancer. Karar is as much a planet as it is a philosophy, as it is a way of life, as it is a tune. It's all about the beauty of the kill, to use a phrase, to make a song and dance of it, to truly make something ugly, something beautiful. And that applies to warfare. It applies to anything that a blade dancer of Karar would do.
It's fantastic because I think it's probably a lot of what you built came right out of that image that you chose.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Okay, Matt, our Torton, our OP gunner. Remind us who you are.
Doruk of Clan Karai is the last of his clan and indeed one of the last of his race. The Devourer ravaged his homeworld, and ever since then he's been adrift in space. He finally ended up as a member of a crew of a warp shell, and he uses his skills with warfare as well as a little bit of scientific knowledge to make sure that what happened to his homeworld never happens again, as long as he can help it.
So where Zed is sort of driven by this kind of elegance, Doruk seems driven by this sort of last string of survival. Does that feel right?
It does, and he feels responsible because he feels that if he had done more, maybe the tragedy would have been averted. Maybe he'd still.
No, the death of a species can weigh pretty heavily, almost as heavily as a particle gun.
Yeah, and now I have an energy cannon.
Finally, we have Ezra Harden, which is a fascinating name that has had a bunch of weird usages throughout science fiction and fantasy that I invite everyone watching to go look that up, because Victor clearly chose that on purpose. But Victor, what is Ezra? I know that you're a psyker, and that at the end of last session, that TK component, you brought the telekinetics to bear at last. How does that define your character? Who are you? Why are you here?
Finding out what it is about the universe as a member of the Order of Yog and a crystal thief, and just a really big intellect, who's trying to find out all the answers to the universe. Who is the Devourer? What is it all about? Why are we all here? What are the limits of not only psychers but all the other races of the world? There has to be more answers. There has to be more out there. So he's.
I think in that regard too, you would be a bit of an errant case for your species, who are sort of we all know the stereotype of this species, right? They're sort of emotionless scientists, but you're more of an explorer, right?
Correct. Yeah, I want to go to be able to find out all those mysteries of the world, the mysteries of the universe, try to explore everything, not just my mind through, all the knowledge and things that I've gained. I've been able to expand my mind and tap into other people's thoughts and have some limited telepathic powers, and the telekinesis in the end there really kind of came in a clinch. So he's going to try to do whatever he can to be able to find more answers to the universe, see what he can to expand the end, and maybe gain some.
I think it was really interesting too, because it showed a psyker side. Commonly this same bioform is called a gray, right? This species is called grays or reticulans. And so everyone out there trying to imagine who Ezra Harden is,
Right.
you can put that gray in your mind. And if you've seen Communion or X-Files or in the numerous ways that this species is conveyed, it's that species. So if you can imagine a member of that species sort of saving his two friends in a clutch, there's something there that really matters. It reminds me of the baseball episode from X-Files, you know, where it's like, there is heart throughout the multiverse.
Sure.
And it finds its home in the strangest little places. So Victor, it's great to have you back again. I'm excited to see how Ezra is going to be tonight. So I invite you guys all to remember those motivations, remember who you are and why you are, and continue to bring that awesomeness to the game. So we begin this evening, the Splinters of Iris. Now, like so many of you guys watching out there, and also you three, my homies, whenever you're looking to run an adventure, you have absolutely no idea what to do. Let's face it. So what I'm trying to do is expose myself to my own bullshit. And so what I did is I looked at the book and I took an adventure hook, which is this pathetic little 3-sentence paragraph, and I said, is this actually useful to make an adventure? So I took one of the adventure hooks, just like I did with Red Sword, and I tried to make it into an adventure tonight. And it was the adventure hook about the moon called Iris. And so I just want to preface tonight with that, because I think it's important to constantly remind ourselves and each other that it's totally fine to have no idea what you're doing. In fact, that is the way that you know that you're pressing new spaces. You're working new muscles and you're growing. And so I wanted to do that for myself, especially because it's so fun to play with these three guys. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin. When we left last time, you guys had entered warp again. The warp shell, basically desperate to escape the explosion of a dark star, had to drop into warp just suddenly. Now, normally there is a whole sort of process that you're familiar with as the crew of a warp shell, where you kind of lean back into the sleep pod and you see a bunch of readouts that are very, comforting because, oh yeah, the math is, oh yeah, this is going to be fine. And then bloop, you drop. But in this particular case, that wave was coming. The red sword had blown the dark star to bits, and there were only two choices. The warp shell had to drop at that moment or be inundated with that dark energy. And I think it made the better choice. Me as the dungeon master, I kind of embody the mind of the warp shell, and that was the only choice that I saw. When the warp shell rematerializes, this ship is completely out of power. To escape that wave of dark energy took everything it had. Well, time becomes relative, doesn't it? The ship materializes and instantly lists forward. You are erupted from hypersleep, not like last time where you woke up feeling basically better and younger than ever. No, this time you are abruptly awoken. Now you will have, I think each of you is still sitting on one heart. So you will have that full one heart. But the blessing of the warp shell, as we called it last time, is not upon you. You awaken suddenly and you feel the ship listing forward and over its front in a way that is not relative to its thrust patterns that you're familiar with. The thing is tumbling through space. And as you open your eyes and look around, you see all the conventional green and yellow lights that normally light the chamber are all flickering off. The ship is completely losing power. Before you can fully understand what's happening, your 3 sleep pods are compressed, dropped through the floor, and pressed into a small arthropod-shaped sort of object that is ejected from the warp shell. Down, down you go. You feel your stomach going up into your throat as you're entering a gravity well. A big change from being in deep space. And down you go at massive speed until, boom, an impact. Where you are and why you do not know. The pod or shuttle that was used to eject you from the warp shell, You don't even know that the warp shell had this kind of technology. You're scattered out from the crash site, 2 in one place and 1 in the other, unsure, and looking out across an almost lunar landscape with very little atmosphere, but with a massive gaping hole next to the shuttlecraft or escape pod. And we enter our first scene. Now, I'm not sure how everybody out there sees it, but I see Chris as sitting on my left, and I see that as our first person tonight without rolling. So I'm just going to jump right in. So, Zed, you're the first one to lift your head from the dust as you're thrown from the pod upon impact to this scene. And what will you do?
Oh, wow. Okay, so knowing that the other two are on the other side, I think I'll just move up towards I'm pointing at the screen like you can see. Move up to the little crevasse just below there. And just have a look down there, see what I can see.
Great. Give me a wisdom check on the 11.
That'll be exactly 11.
So you just barely, by actually pulling your sort of your hood back, you wear this kind of stealth hood that hides your face and head, but there's so little sound in this barren place. You pull it back for a moment, and the cold is instantly, you can feel the cold on your ear, but you do hear movement down below.
Cool.
All right, Doruk. Oh, wait, were you not done? What's up?
No, I was just going to relay it to the other guys.
Okay, yeah. What one knows, so shall you all, is the general assumption. So, Doruk, you see that that Zed's definitely hearing something down in this gap.
Doruk is going to say, "Ha, that's what's fun. Well, let's see what we've got." And he walks over to the edge of the crevasse, and he's going to look down. Before he does that, he's going to check to make sure if his particle cannon is okay.
So you get just about halfway past the wreckage, not quite to Zed before you're out of time.
Right.
Because you have to drag your 70-pound shell. And checking the particle cannon is a fantastic decision. So let's get an int check on 11 to do a strip and check.
Natural 20.
Awesome. What you learn is that the weapon has become slightly more unstable.
Great.
So tonight, Matt, I want you to roll spell burn on your particle gun. That means with every shot that you take, including burst fire, so that would be 3, that you need to count it up on a 1d4. When you reach 4, you need to roll that 1d4, and the weapon is disabled for that many rounds.
Awesome. Okay. Cool.
This is spell burn. This is the nerfing technique that is in the book. That's a good thing to use in the second session and not the first.
Right.
But you've realized, man, you have been pushing this thing to the limit. So I'm going to leave you to track that.
Right on.
It gives you an interesting economy. So firing a burst instantly will count you up to 3. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah, for sure. Once I reach 4, I've got to roll this, and that's how many turns I cannot use that weapon.
Yep. And on a good roll, like you could have 1, which would be like a reload round, right? Sure. On a bad roll, the thing jams.
I'm gonna switch guns then.
Yeah, and this is another thing, because I know there's been a lot of talk about the rapid fire module. This attaches to 1 weapon. It's not a character ability. Mm-hmm. So, okay, there you go. All right. Ezer, what will you do as these 2 guys move toward the opening in the surface? Oh, you're muted, my brother. You're still muted. There you go.
There we go. All right, I have limited telepathy, so I could talk to them if I wanted to without the radio, right?
Yeah, I think so, especially in an environment this simple.
Yeah, exactly. So I reach out with my mind and I tell them, ever have we worked to mend the wounded universe? Now we face another task. I'll move towards them since we all know that there's something going on in there. the shuttle. I make sure there's nothing that we're leaving behind that we could use or we might need. Med packs, food, ammo, miscellaneous weapon, you never know. I'm assuming the ship probably didn't have time to do anything but shove us in there and push us out.
Yeah, so give me a charisma check on that 11. Let's see how much you make it by or miss it by.
7.
7. So you guys hear this voice in your mind, but actually the effect is you kind of think maybe Ezra is afraid. Maybe he's saying this because he's not sure that you're going to live through this next challenge. So if you want to speak like a leader like that, be ready for that charisma roll. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Totally.
So you move forward, and yeah, you notice that the shuttlecraft, as you mentioned, it barely had power to even keep itself assembled. So it's cratered into the surface, and already all these little sort of insectoid little parts and pieces are starting to calve off of it and pile up next to it and disintegrate. Kind of like an insect that's molting right before your eyes. So at that moment, as Ezra comes forward and says, man, we faced this before, you guys, but holy shit. I'll get my first timer on the board. And hey, great roll. So the dice are on you guys' side so far. So I got a 4 on my timer. And that comes all the way back around to Zed. You're at the vanguard, my brother.
How deep does the hole go? Like, is there a ledge I'd be able to jump onto and kind of start climbing down it?
Well, scale is going to be a little bit relative tonight. So you can kind of infer scale from our map. So I would say your drop to nearest landing point to me looks like about 15 to 20 feet. And you are in a somewhat lighter gravity environment than absolute.
Fair. In that case, I'll live life dangerously. I'll drop down and see if I can see anything. See if I can see anything further down.
Awesome. The minute that you jump off that edge, you realize you're in about a half gravity environment. So you kind of gently float down and plop with a poof, but you do plop unharmed. And
Good.
as you do so, you see just down the corridor this sort of mutated, lizard-headed, sort of bubble helmet soldier standing where the corridor slopes downward. So that was just an instant of time. So what will you do?
I'm going to use my stealth module and see if I can go invisible.
Yep, so beat that 11.
No, I've done that. It's a 10.
Oh, so you're clicking at the module, you're tapping at the buttons, and you look up and he looks you right in the eye. So even if you activate the module, he sees you activating the module at that moment. Okay, Doruk, you see Zed disappear down this opening in the surface.
Okay, Doruk, no, he's not going to let one of his comrades go over the edge, and he's not. He's just gonna jump for it.
So give me a dex check.
Goes.
Give me a dex check on the 11 for a turtle jumping down the hole.
Yeah, that'll be a 16.
No problem. So you land right next to your buddy, particle gun in position, and probably Zed gives you a look like, I was trying to stealth, asshole. So you land, but that's just an instant. You have time for an action if you want one.
Can I see that same alien?
Definitely.
He's gonna raise his particle gun and say, "You there? Are you friendly, or do you mean us harm?"
From down below in the cavern, you just hear.
Okay then, and I'm gonna open fire.
Open fire.
Yep.
All right, beat the 11.
Right. Doruk rolls a 9.
On a single shot too, right?
Yep.
So the particle gun goes wide, and give me a 50-50 for high and low because we're in a side view right now.
All right.
High
13.
is high.
13.
Okay, so you actually hit the top of the cavern. So using this icon to show, you hit up here, right?
Right on.
So when you do so, you realize that the crash of the shuttle has destabilized the sort of the roof of this tunnel. And speaking in meta, at that moment, you intuit what my 4 is right here. There is an imminent collapse, and you have just made it worse.
Oh, no.
So I'll count down prematurely as the particle gun goes wide and high. All right, Ezer, you hear gunfire. You hear particle gunfire muffled through this thin atmosphere.
I'm going to dash it over and run down and jump down into the hole right after them.
So as you do so, you realize that this tunnel, and this is a note to remember all night long, these tunnels are about 6 to 8 feet wide. So there's really no use in showing a top view. This whole thing is a hamster maze. And you realize this as you bump into Doruk's shell. So what will you do at that moment?
I'm assuming I can see the alien from that vantage point.
Definitely. Right down the barrel of the particle gun.
Reach over with my hand and move the particle gun, down towards the floor and tell him, wait, we need to take a moment to see if this alien or friend, maybe a friend or a foe.
So you sort of
Speaks
lower
in
his
gibberish.
weapon.
Yeah, I want to lower his weapon. He already tried to shoot the ceiling off. I don't need him to bring the whole thing down on us.
And will that be it?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. So then at that moment, you guys notice that the roof is cracking apart at an accelerated rate after that particle gun shot. And this squog down here steps forward, looks up at you, looks a little bit uncertain. Ezer, let's do competing charisma rolls, shall we? 2 on my rolls. Oh my God. 4 here.
Got you beat. I got a 9.
Okay, so he looks up at you and but he lowers his rifle a little bit. He looks like maybe that was a mistake that you just shot at him and shot the roof of the tunnel. He seems to be slightly disarmed because of your sort of the way that you make eye contact with him. And then Zed, at that instant, you have the moment.
I'm going to lower the swords that I was readying to kind of decapitate the guy. Yeah, I'll just kind of walk towards him slowly with, swords ready, but I'm not gonna say or do anything. It looks like Ezra's kind of got command of this situation at the moment.
And then just hold right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, Doruk.
Non-threatening, but I'm ready.
Doruk is going to look kind of confused and say, "Why are you fraternizing with enemy?" And he's going to kind of like walk, like keeping his gun trained. He's going to walk closer because he's very curious at this point.
Doruk hates missing.
I do not like missing.
Especially on an 11 target. Okay, so he just advances sort of tactical style up behind Zed. And Ezer?
Can I walk past my 2 teammates here in front of them, or is there enough room for me to squeeze by? I know it's a tight fit with the Torton in front of me.
I think since you guys aren't all swinging swords and firing weapons, yeah, you could shuffle past like in a line at a concert.
Sure. So I muscle my way past the Torton shell and up in front of Zed, and I just reach out with one of my hands open, kind of like an open palm towards him. Try to keep him from thinking that I have any weapons in my hands or anything.
Outstanding. Beat
As
that
I
11
do.
with a charisma again. Let's see how convincing.
An 11. An 11 exactly.
Oh, outstanding. So what will you say to this soldier?
Actually, I didn't want to say anything. I wanted him to focus on my hand so I can get him to focus his mind so I could reach out to him and try to speak with him with my mind, or at least give him the feeling that I come in peace. I'm not a threat.
Well, he's convinced that you guys are here on some strange but non-violent mission and that you probably won't progress beyond here. But you want to probe into his brain?
I don't want to push him. I just want to give him a feeling of calm. I don't want him to freak out and decide to go nuts on us and drop an ion grenade in our lap or anything like that.
So it totally works. He actually lowers his rifle into one hand, letting one hand free. And he looks back behind him and is like, kind of, leans on one leg, sort of resting on his laurels for just a moment. And at that moment, the ceiling destabilizes a little more, but he is kind of sort of spiritually disarmed. He's kind of like, oh, well, you're just, you don't speak this guy's language, but he doesn't look like he's getting ready to fire anymore. And Zed, we come to you.
So close to killing this guy.
We should get him.
Okay. You what?
I'm afraid the ceiling is going to come down on us.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna run into the passage past what looks like it's gonna cave in, because evidently something's down here. There's civilization. We've seen no civilization up top, so I don't want to be on the other side of that cave in, or worse, underneath it.
To muscle past this squog, give me a strength check on that 11.
Oh, less good at those. Oh, it's a 12.
Awesome. So you just muscle right past him, and there's a brief second there. He's just completely confused, and at that moment, it's Doruk's turn.
Doruk says, "Wait for me," and he's gonna kind of go past him. He's gonna follow him rather.
Okay, so
but he's not fast, so he can't go quite that far.
Okay, the squog is ready now, and he kind of takes one leg and puts it over beside him. Like you're getting ready to do squats. He spreads his legs into horse stance because one guy got right past him. So this is going to be a hard strength check for you if you want to walk past him.
Could I just shoot his leg off?
Well, hell yeah, and that's not hard at all. That's an 11.
I'm just gonna. You know what? He hasn't attacked us yet. I'm just gonna try to follow my teammate.
Okay, so make a hard strength. So 14 strength.
All right, yeah, he's not a murder hobo. So, 17.
Nice. So you just bump right past him. The shell
He
actually
got turtle slapped.
Shell, as you go past, actually cracks his bubble helmet, and you hear the atmosphere start to squeak out of it as he's sprung a leak. And at that instant, Ezer, it's your move.
If he's focused on my hand, I point up to show him that the ceiling's coming down. And I'm also going to move past him towards maybe one hand on his shoulder, or kind of guiding him away from here so it doesn't come down on all of us.
Oh, so you want to bring him with you?
Yeah, kind of like, hey, look up. Just kind of point up and say, the ceiling's going to come down. We need to move that way. Kind of mime it, because I know he's not going to understand me. But I do say it out loud so my teammates know what I'm trying to do. We need to move away from here before the ceiling comes down. Let's go this way. Move back this way. Kind of take one hand on his shoulder, or take him by the arm, and bring the alien with us, or at least move 10 or 20 feet further down the corridor.
Wow. So you kind of move in Doruk's kind of wake almost. So Doruk is muscling past this guy, and then you're just like, hey man, these guys are crazy, but you got to look out the ceiling. At that instant, if you guys remember, that's back to me. This reaches 0. And sure enough, because the way my adventures work, this entrance tunnel gives under the weight of the shuttlecraft. Now, the way that we're sort of seeing things, to me, it looks like the shuttlecraft and its weight is sort of right above you guys. So everybody, give me a dex check on 11 to jump out of the way as the rubble comes down. And I'll make one as well.
16.
Oh, my God.
No, I got a 14.
I got a natural 1.
Oh, my God. Roll for the second one, Chris.
Second one's a 9. But yeah, that's
Okay,
a modified
good.
4.
Doruk, how you looking?
I rolled a 16.
Okay, so Ezer and Doruk jump forward. And Zed, in a rare moment of clumsiness, trips on a little jagged rock. The squab turns around like, I'm shouting or whatever. And right as he does so, a huge jagged rock falls down, crushes him into pulp. And you see his bluish green blood just spatter all over the rocks. And Zed, you're going to take weapon damage from these rocks. Oh, look at that, minimum.
Yes!
So just one pebble kind of hits you on the shoulder. No big deal. As these two
Ezra,
guys jump
did you bring
forward,
bananas?
they've sort of jumped forward into a bit of a void. And Doruk and Ezer are off map. So Zed, I'm going to give you one little turn here on map. If you just want to exit, that's fine. But anything else?
I wanna just check, like, how bad does the cave in look? Does it look like we're gonna be able to get back out again, or is this way just done?
I mean, with digging,
Hmm.
of course, you can always dig your way out, but the passage closes.
Yeah, fair enough. In that case, I will just follow on.
Boop. So off map you go.
Oh hell.
As you guys land at the bottom of this sort of jump that you made, with actually Ezer being in the front and Doruk in second and Zed coming in last. You guys all land and instantly see down through the cavern here, because remember, this is sort of a narrow tunnel that's only the amount of cutting has been done to access the space, right? So they haven't cut these huge chambers. So right away you see 3 more squags down below and this red crystal in view and a gulf beyond. The glow of the squags' armor and Eva suits are illuminating the cavern. So you can actually see quite a way down, especially you, Ezer. You kind of have this line of sight like that, right?
Sure.
So because of our order and how we land, and everybody does that 3-point superhero landing, let's do an initiative roll on this one, okay? Me included. Let's see who gets the jump as you guys arrive. 9 here.
13.
Natural 20.
18.
Holy shit. So Doruk actually doesn't even lose his trailing grip on the particle gun when he lands. He lands tactical style. Pretty cool. So you're instantly downrange with these squags in this cavern. And Doruk, that brings it to your turn, my man.
Doruk is really mistrustful. Is he able to leap down there in front of this guy?
You could definitely make a try. It's not an easy thing, but
I'm gonna try to do it.
all right, give me a dex on 12.
Dex on 12.
A little harder to see down here and a little more jagged.
12. Nice.
So you just make the landings freaking Colossus style from the X-Men, just like thump. No 3-point landing here. No Mary Lou Retton. You just thump
No.
down there.
He's
And
just
that's your move, and he's right in front of you. So that's an instant of time. How about an action?
he's going to kind of like he's going to kind of be like threatening. He said, I suppose we mean you no harm.
Whoa. Give me a charisma
That's-
check then on that.
Great.
Beat that 12 with charisma.
That's a natural 1.
Oof. Roll for the second one. Damn, you're ugly.
That is also a natural 1.
I think he just pissed somebody off.
Holy shit. So when you land, the air exits your lungs in just such a way that you kind of stumble through your words and you accidentally speak this guy's language.
Oh no!
and tell him that he's the son of a motherless goat, and you're going to fill him so full of lead that he's going to use his dick for a pencil.
No, is that what I mean? That is not what I mean. No, what I say.
So at that moment, Ezer, you see Doruk drop down below and basically yelling some kind of alien insults at this squawk. So what will you do?
I can't take him anywhere. I climb down the rocks carefully. I don't quite do the acrobatic jump that he does.
So we'll just give you a little less distance if you don't want to make the check. And what else?
I don't want to make the check. Doruk, stop! They're probably not going to help him.
Okay, so that comes around to me.
You just pretty much insulted him.
Okay, so 2 on there, and at this point, you guys aren't sure what that is, but there it is because you're watching the DM. This squad right here is pissed. He takes a shot at Doruk right off the bat. 2 on the rolls, kind of like a 2-heart goblin, sort of is what we're dealing with here. 12. Doruk, what's your armor?
Oh, I was muted. 12. That's a bummer.
Oh, great. We got a hit. These guys are using energy weapons. Oh, look at that. 7 damage. Absolutely brutal. Shoots you right square in the chest and yells out,
You will pay for that.
And you hear some other yelling from these other 2 up above. All right. Back all the way to Zed, bringing up the tail of the group right now after that crazy roll.
Okay, I'm gonna just in perfect silence. I'm just gonna run as fast as I can, leap over those 2, and see if I can stab that guy with both swords on the way down.
Woo-wee. That is a hard attack, but if you can hit it,
yes.
We'll give you double effort. So hit a 15 attack.
That's a 22 to hit.
Holy shit! So give me double effort on this guy.
The roll was less good. That's a total of 6.
Oh man! For double, that is not very good.
Rolled a natural 1.
So you come down and the sword just meets this sort of shoulder strap on his Eva harness and just meets the buckle and does not really get into the flesh. And I have not seen this group face this kind of odds before. Okay, Ezra, you see this massive attack kind of come up short. So what will you do?
Well, we've already pissed them off, so it's not going to help any to sit here and talk to them, especially if they don't understand what we're saying. I'll reach up in with one hand and fire a fire missile at the same target that Zed was looking at.
There you go. Beat the 12 with an inch
18.
check.
Yep, so that's
All
21
right,
actually.
Do 14 to get the job done.
I've got a 7.
All right, 13 total against that enemy. So a little lance of fire shoots out of Ezra's hand over to the squad, but does not eliminate him. And so now he's got sort of 3 target options. So I count down to 1 there. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from my left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3, 4 is Doruk. So against Doruk, I've got an attack here. 2 on the attack. Oh, 16. Boy, Doruk could drop right here.
No.
4 damage.
Oh, no. I'm down.
Doruk drops. So he blasts him with an energy weapon. He drops. The 2 reinforcements aren't even really worried about the encounter right now. They're here to handle this kind of stuff.
No.
And we come back to you, Zed.
What about me? I got to roll.
What's that? Oh, no, you roll for dying on your turn. That way you don't get screwed. So that was my turn. And Zed, you're up.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll Ezra's doing a far better job of killing this guy than I am, so I'll just turn around and stab a stim pack into Doruk.
Oh, awesome.
And that's healing for 5.
Nice. So Doruk pops up with 5 HP at the sacrifice of Zed's turn. And Ezra, that brings it to you.
Let's fire another fire missile at that alien. Let's take him down.
There you go. Hit last time, so it's still a 12.
Okay, I got a 11 plus 3 is a 14.
Nice. Give me that D8 and do 7 to get the job done.
I've got 9.
9. So the fire missile this time goes right through the bubble helmet, right through one of his little goggle lenses, blows his head apart, lights his suit on fire. But there's a 50-50 chance that this strange crystal formation behind him is hit by the fire missile. So Vic, why don't you give me the roll? So high is good. So low 50% is that you hit the crystal formation.
99.
Oh, nice. So the fire missile goes wide and does not hit these kind of strange crystals sitting right here. And that comes back around to me. So my timer runs out. So at that moment, these 2 extra guards jump over this barrier here into position. And you guys should realize, like, these guys are no joke at this point, and much less 2 of them. So the leader takes a shot. So let's do target acquisition, counting again on my initiative order that I see in the hangout here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I hate choosing targets. So 3, 4, it's Doruk again. So 2 on the roll. Nat 1.
Ah!
Going for the follow-up 1, I got a 9. So he shoots totally wide. Goes right up the canyon, up into the collapsed section, and we come back to Zed.
They're shooting at a downed guy. I'm just going to snarl and just turn around and just go like hell for leather out there at the one in the front there.
Give me that attack.
Oh, I'm not rolling very well tonight. That's a 9.
So once again, he holds up his rifle, and your sword just meets the rifle. Does nothing. Doruk, you pop up and see your buddy go up and try to attack these guys and come up short.
You will pay for that. And he's going to light up. He's going to light him up with that Torton particle gun.
Give me that roll on 12.
Oh, come on. 6.
Oh, shit. All right, let's do the 50-50 then to see if you hit the crystal behind the squogs.
Awesome.
High 50, good.
I rolled a 2.
So at that moment then, the crystal shatters apart. And Matt, give me a 1d6 roll.
All right. I rolled a 1.
Oh, man, best possible roll. So this crystal shatters, and this little crab creature pops out. It instantly jumps out. It actually kind of like flies out with almost explosive force, and it does 1 damage to Zed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It instantly just like lands on his chest and starts crabbing at him and biting at him, does 1 damage immediately. It's climbing up his chest.
Oh, man, that's a head crab.
And then we go to Ezer. Welcome to New Mechanics, guys.
Okay, I'm going to move forward in front of Doruk and try to reach that brain crab that's trying to get to him. Grab it with your hands and just try to rip it off of him.
So give me Dex or Strength on 12, whichever's better, to grab this thing.
Well, neither. And of course, I roll a 6.
So you're just sort of grabbing at Zed's like armor suit and pulling on some hoses and things. You kind of move his radio piece around. You're like, give that thing is quick. Oh my God. All right, that comes back around to me. We've got 2 attacks. Now this is going to get weird. So target acquisition on the first squog. We got, again, going my left to right. I'm not sure if everybody sees it like I do, but oh my God, it's Doruk again.
No.
2
These
on the
guys
roll.
have a thing against Tortons.
18.
Oh,
That's
no.
it.
The easiest to hit.
Minimum 1 damage.
Ah, flesh wound.
Second squad, target acquisition, a 2. That is Zed. 2 on the roll. 11. Does that hit your armor?
15.
Nice. Bounces right off your chest plate. And we come all the way back around to Zed. Okay, man. Get it done.
I'll try. Is the head crab still on me?
Yeah, it's crawling up and down you.
Just leave it. No, I'm gonna try and get the thing and throw it at the things in front of us.
Yeah.
Great. So give me strength or dex, which is ever better, to grab this coconut crab on your chest.
It's a 15.
Nice. So you just pull it right off of yourself, and then what are you wanting to do with it?
Oh, I'm going to throw it. Either if I'm close enough, I'm just going to stick it in the face of whoever's in front of me, or just throw it at them. Just get it at the things in front of me.
So it jumps right onto the near squog and gets a claw underneath his helmet and does him 1 damage.
Yes.
Whatever it lands on, it does 1 damage with no roll. It's a very simple little creature. But they can pop out in numbers. So it only takes you an instant. I think I'll still give you an action on top of that.
Cool. In that case, I'll just attack with both swords then.
All right, lay into this sucker with a 12 target.
No, it's a 6.
All right, once again, man, the swords are not serving you well tonight. Doruk, you see Zed throw the head crab on this thing and then miss with another sword attack. What will you do?
Oh. Doruk is going to he's taking a lot of damage and he's finally pissed. So he's going to run in so much as a Torton can run forward with his particle gun and try to fire at this guy point blank, like as far as he can possibly get.
So you just put the muzzle up against his chest like John Wick style and make that an easy shot.
Right. Okay.
So beat a 9.
Come on, Matt.
What?
That is a 6.
Why? I have to ask why.
I don't know. Maybe.
So at the last second, he just knocks the thing straight up. Boom! Shoots into the ceiling. And Ezra, it comes to you. Oh, boy, that's got to be frustrating for a Torton.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to throw those dice away. Okay, another fire missile at the nearest alien. I got 9, 10, 11, 12.
There's a hit. Give me some damage.
There's it.
Do
I
not.
have 8 points of damage.
What's that? Damage?
8 points.
Whoa!
8 points of damage.
Nice. Okay. At that moment, you actually feel this heat running up your arm from casting these fire missiles, and begin counting spell burn. So put a 1 on your D4. And man, that much power going through your body, that can start to hurt. Okay, so we have got 2 more attacks this time. Target acquisition on the first squad. It is Zed. 2 on the roll. Nat 1. Going for the second one. Nothing. So he shoots wide. Second one, target acquisition. It's Zed again. Modified 20. Here we go. Energy weapon, 5 damage.
5. I am down to 3.
Woo-wee! It's getting hot in here. Okay. The crab is just sort of crawling all over that first squog, but not hurting him anymore. It's just when they land. So, Zed, that's you, my brother.
Stop now, my D20. I'm just going to use both actions to attack. It's a modified 20.
Hit. Do 11.
I do 6.
Nice. Now, Chris, you read the rules as if you don't move, you take 2 actions, right?
Yes.
Which I never really intended, but it's kind of awesome. So take that second sword swing.
Doesn't matter anyway. I rolled a 6. Swap dice. Still rolling 3s.
It's a beautiful form of meta trolling. Okay, Doe, you see this shit going down. It's joined now. What we do?
Doric looks at his particle gun for a moment and thinks to himself, in the back of his mind, is calibration off? But he's going to fire again anyway.
All right, on the leader, on the front one?
Yep, the front one. I'm just gonna spray.
Okay, it's easy this time because you missed the last one, so hit a 9.
15.
There it is. Do
He's
5 to get it done.
I'm gonna light him up too. I'm gonna use it all. Let's see here. 4. That's 11 damage.
Oh, nice. Just blew his head right off. And
Yeah.
actually, the fragments of his helmet, as they blow apart, do 1 damage to the squad behind him.
Ah. And I gotta roll for overheat now.
Oh, boy.
All right. 1. Ha.
Hey, nice. Okay, so you lean back on one leg and go to reload. And Ezer, that's you.
All right, let's put another fire missile on the next guy. I know my burn dice counting up, but we've got to get these guys out of our way.
Gonna fry him again?
And yeah, and of course I roll a 2.
A
5
2?
actually, but yeah, it's +3 for intelligence, so a total of 5 there.
Eeh. Okay, with that,
Eesh.
at that moment of supreme suspense, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break because I've been drinking beer. I'll be right back.
Back, guys. Had to go grab my mana potion.
That is fair.
How about these dice?
Oh, I've swapped out dice. I'm still rolling 3s.
I got my wife's dice, and I don't know. I don't know about it.
I rolled a 2 on my bladder timer. It happens.
Right. What are you gonna do?
Okay, I think Ezer, we were coming around to you, right?
I just rolled.
Oh, that's right.
miserably.
You just burned it up. And I think, is that me then?
I think it comes to you. Yep.
Gross. Okay, target acquisition. 2, that's Zed again. Whose chopper is this? 13, that's a miss, isn't it?
That's a miss.
Nice. Okay, Zed, that's your turn then.
You know what? Statistically, I have to hit at some point, so I'm just going to attack with the swords again.
Yeah, I mean, probability's on your side, right?
No, today it isn't.
Hoo-ah! So that's a little bit of a lurch forward to get him.
Yeah, modified 11 to hit.
Oh, not quite. Again, just meeting metal to metal. And we come back to Doruk again.
Well, I've got to reload this thing. So
Yeah, reloading.
While I'm in the process of reloading, I kind of want to like use my Torton weight to like run and barrel into this guy.
That's the spirit. So give me a strength check. You're just going to shove him into the wall, right?
Yeah, I'm going to try to smush him right into the wall.
Let's do a strength check versus strength check. I've got 2 on mine.
I rolled 10.
16.
I flail pathetically against your suit.
Yep, he defensive lines your ass. Even though he's at like 2 feet shorter than you, he just plants his little feet and just stops you dead in your tracks. But right as you're pulling the chamber back on your particle gun, and as you run over this little crab creature, which you're not quite sure what this thing is yet,
I don't care.
It jumps on your leg and does you 1 damage.
No.
I'm such a dick. Okay, Ezer, you're up, my brother.
Okay, let's you know what? I'm going to take out my blast sword and just take a swing at that damn crab. Let's get rid of that thing. Just spear it right into the ground.
Awesome. So without a roll even, you just blow the thing to bits.
Nice.
But it does cost you your time. So that's sort of the mechanic I'm trying to introduce with the crabocytes, is that they don't involve a lot of rolls. They just are a time devouring creature. So that comes back to me. Let's do some target acquisition, as I always do. That's 5, 6. So that's Ezer. 2 on the roll. Oh, there's a modified 4. It's a miss. Back to Zed.
Okay, let's get back to basics. How close is the creature to the wall? Is it like a couple of feet away?
Yeah, and this is a no move, so you could swing both swords if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I'm wondering if nah, maybe if the totem had worked. Yeah, I'll just swing my swords at him.
Get some blood on those things.
It's a natural 20.
Oh, there it is. Ultimate. Do 19 total.
That's just shy. 18.
Oh, nice. So you blow his helmet off and actually slice one of his arms off with the other sword, but he's still got the gun arm that he's holding up, and we go to Doruk's turn. Nice one, man. Way to get back in the fight. Doruk, you reloaded and you're hot.
I'm gonna do what Doruk does and kind of giggle as I pull the trigger. That's a modified 20.
Hit. Do 1 damage, which I think you can handle.
Yeah, how about an 11?
Nice. So you just cut him in half, but also he partially atomizes.
Yeah, he does.
In the low gravity, his equipment kind of floats and disintegrates up toward the ceiling, and he is gone.
You vaporized that bastard.
Nicely done. Now we have a cool moment in this game design where there's actually no enemies. There's a bit of a quiet and no timer running. So you guys are in turn without a threat, and this is a fun moment that doesn't happen in my games very often, but you guys have kind of earned it. So Ezer, right as that guy is blown to pieces, that comes to your turn. What'll it be, Vic? Oh, you're muted, my brother.
How's that better?
Oh, we're losing you. You must have Chinese internet. Are you back? Oh man.
This box is locked.
It's got to be like a power station in Iowa has malfunctioned. Do, 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 do. Are you there, Victor? He's glitching.
Disconnect, reconnect, bro.
Yeah, I guess drop out and jump back in, Victor. Your connection went to doo-doo on us.
Back.
It's got to be DMG Info's fault. Yep, he went to crap on us. So Ezer seems a bit confused at that moment. He sort of looks left to right, nothing happens. And on that, I think I'll put a timer on this scene. Oh, good. God, terrible. So as Victor struggles to regain consciousness, we'll come back around to Zed. But yeah, Vic, if you can hear us, try to drop out and come back in because we lost you. There he goes. Okay. Okay, Zed. So in his confusion, you want to take an action?
Is there any, like, the equipment that's kind of on these dead aliens? Is there anything worth picking up or taking? No.
There it is. That's what I'm looking for. So make that wisdom check on 12 and let's get you some cash.
17.
Awesome. Holy crap. All right, playing on paper right now. So give me a D100 roll.
That'll be a 75.
75?
Yep.
Damn. I said damn. Here we go. There's something really nice about looking at paper tables.
I agree.
So actually, whoa. So this squog on his little utility belt there, you know, he's got a Batman style belt. I mean, it is space, right?
Yeah.
He actually has a special little pocket. You know, the rest is kind of like he has a few rounds for his gun, and there's a picture of a little like mutant girl in his pocket. But in one pouch, he actually has this high security looking sort of flash drive. And it has, you know, a little sort of biohazard symbol on it. And you have found a flash virus.
Cool.
With this item, you can implant one infectious and indomitable word command into any computer system.
Get right in.
Holy shit. So, yeah, one basically irresistible word command into a computer. That's kind of your writing.
Cool.
So by word command, it's kind of like, you know, the power word command or dominate person in D&D. So it's kind of like one to four words can be very firmly and irresistibly implanted into any computer.
Cool.
And it will obey or do those words. So
destroy all humans.
I would also like to take the little picture of the alien girlfriend and quietly wish that we had a mech member of the party.
Okay, a little squog girlfriend.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a zombie snapping turtle in a photo. It's not an attractive photo. It's hard living when you're a squog. Okay, so Doruk, you see Zed kind of rifling through the gear on this warrior. The other one has been blown to bits. So what will you do with this brief moment?
Doruk is going to remember that he's still got this energy cannon from the Gargantua strapped to his shell.
Yeah.
And he's going to it's pretty much trailing cables and barely has a charge in it. He's gonna go ahead and try to use his high-tech tools to cobble together some kind of interface between it and the some kind of dual interface between it and his and a power pack for his particle gun. And so he can kind of like so he can power both from the same power pack.
Interesting.
Not at the same time, mind you, because they're huge, right? But if this one, I want the ability to just like This seems like would be more useful. Okay,
Oh, I see. You want to create a quick switch setup.
Correct.
Okay, so give me sounds like an int check, but since you have the tools, that makes it easy. So beat a 9 with the int check to rig up a quick sling system on the energy cannon.
I rolled a 7. Bummer.
Yeah, this thing is just it was built to be fused into a body. It doesn't even have a handle on it. I mean, you just have to hold it like a kegerator. It's about that graceful.
I'm gonna save it for later. He just gotta whatever. I create bomb out of this later.
Yep. So without that working, it will take you a sort of an action to switch. If you can get that to work, it won't. And I think Victor is still a little stumped. We're seeing that weird senator picture of his. It looks like, hey, I wasn't involved in a scandal involving a Pac-Man machine. Yeah, I put all the quarters in there, I swear. I didn't have a metal slug on a string to get high score at the golden pinball. Okay, that got a little real. That's some personal life story stuff we don't want to get into. So I was sitting on a counter of 1, and so that counter counts down at this moment.
And we die.
And this little bastard pops. So, hey, Chris, why don't you roll me a 1d6?
The way I've been rolling tonight, that really shouldn't be an issue for us. 1.
Hey!
Oh, that joke was a little too real.
So this crystal here in the distance sort of vibrates from all the combat and all the stray shots, and one little crab jumps out and starts skittering across the floor here. That makes it about yay far, and then we come back to you, Zed. Oh man, poor Victor, he's just having a hell of a time.
I'll take out my blast pistol and just shoot it if I can see it.
There you go. No roll required. You just blow it to bits. And that's just an instant, so you have a little bit of a turn here.
Is there anything else to search, or like any other dead bodies that I haven't looked through, or anything that looked interesting? In that case, I'll just start moving up towards the other side of the map.
Okay, so you get up to about right here, and you do have to sort of bend forward to get through this opening. It's that tight in here, and you notice that this is all, parts of this are cavernous, but there are parts that have definitely been cut, where people or creatures or someone has been cutting their way down into this space. And when you reach this edge here, you see a way down, which is in darkness, and a way forward up this ledge, and can't see much further. I guess that brings us to Doruk.
Okay, Doruk is going to he looks back at Ezra Harden, who clearly is like confused or dazed or something like that. He's gonna try to put an arm around him, and in this low gravity environment, just kind of like jump with him onto the ledge here.
Nice. So since you guys are allies, there's no resistance. You get it done. Do you have a hero coin already, Matt?
No.
Yeah, take one for that.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, buddy system, my man. Buddy system. So you haul him right up this barrier, and as you kind of leap over this barrier, you realize they actually had erected a little bit of a firefight barrier right here, in case they needed to defend this space. And it looks like firefights.
Sure.
And they had set themselves up to defend this narrow little tunnel. Like they are on guard duty.
Someone should have taught them tactics.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, all they had was their patience timer, and it was a 1. Their patience ran out. So, again, we're kind of in a little bit of free time because I'm not going to stick another timer on here. So, Zed, we come back to you.
I'm looking at this gap and wondering whether or not the Taunton can get across. So I'm just going to turn around to Doruk and ask him. So, do you think you can get across that?
He says,
And then
he says, yes,
Go for
I
it.
can jump. I can make that jump. Do not
Cool.
be sarcastic or funny.
I'll look at him really strangely, just like if you say so, and just make the jump.
All right, make the dex check to make the jump. That's simple.
13.
No problem for you. So, whoop, right across you go. And Doruk, that brings it to you, my man.
I can looking down. Can Doruk see anything like down there? Is it just like a pit?
Give me a wisdom on the 12.
Oh, all right. 14. Oh, I'm sorry, 15.
So yeah, you look down and you can see a sort of more natural cavern. So not cut. This is a natural cavity in the rock down below. And you can see sort of the glow of some red crystal far down below.
Oh, nope. I'm gonna make that jump.
Go for it. Dex 12.
All right. Yeah, that's a 21. Oh wait.
Oh, nice.
No,
No problem. So
I wanted to bring him with me. I forgot. Do I have to roll something different for that?
you're going to haul him with you?
Yeah, I'm gonna haul him with me. I'm gonna leave him here.
Well, you made like a 21 though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you would have even made a hard roll.
Oh, right on. Yeah, he's our little buddy. We can't leave him here.
Yeah, so it was hard for you, but you somehow did it. You went straight cat people on that shit.
Turtle grit. Torton grit.
So you guys jump across with the dazed Ezer in tow. Poor guy's got his internet going to shit on him. But as you guys come to this ledge, I assume you're looking into this next space, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, great. So with Zed in the front and Doe here with Ezer in tow, this space is illuminated by sort of, like traffic flares. That kind of magnesium glow. And up ahead, you can see a bit of a structure. And in the gloom, past these sort of crystal clusters, you can see another squog standing near this structure. And he's, as you can see in the map here, he's in front of this kind of doorway. And at that moment, let me get that timer back up. There we go. A meager 2, and that'll be my turn. And that comes to boosh. Back to Zed. You're up, my man. Let's hope Victor can make it back, or you guys are going to be two-manning this thing.
Yeah, just dragging him around on a leash.
Like the game Ico.
I'm going to try and use my stealth module again and go invisible.
Yeah, there you go.
That worked this time. 16.
No problem. So the corridor is getting darker and darker as you guys get down, so it's a little harder to see. So our target has gone up a bit, but you still blip. You blip into invisibility, and that's just a moment of time. So you still have a sort of a move and an action. What will you do?
I'm going to Naruto run forwards as stealthily as I can and try and get as close to that alien as possible.
So you can get about here, but I'm going to have to ask a stealth or a dex check as you run past this crystal, not to bump it.
I think I punted into the next field. It's an 11 in total.
Okay, give me that 1d6 then.
That's a 6.
Oh my God.
What is my life?
So this crystal bursts open as you just barely bump into it, and 6 of these little crystal crab bastards pop out. Only one of them reaches you on its at this instant, and you take 1 damage. But the other 5 are like right here.
Awesome.
Okay, and Doe, that comes to you.
Doruk is looking at this, and this could get bad, especially if that other one goes off. So he's gonna get creative. He's gonna take that that energy cannon that's got out with all the wires trailing and all the it's sparking still here and there. He's gonna see if he can use his tools to craft some kind of some kind of explosive out of it and throw it at the these little crab thingies.
Good grief. We're going to throw the energy cannon.
Yeah. Why not?
So give me the int check and make it easy since you have the tools. So int 10.
Yeah. It's an 18.
Yeah, so you set this thing to overload, toss it right into these bastards, and it blows them all to hell.
Yeah. All right.
But how big is the explosion? So let's do a
I hope it's huge.
let's do a 50-50 on the explosion.
Yeah, all right, cool.
You get good 50 or bad?
I got an 18.
Okay, so you get good. So the explosion is about yay big, and you destroy the energy cannon.
It's easy come, easy go.
Holy shit. Nice one. So you're just like chunk, 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 blow all the crabs to pieces, and you're like, it was worth it.
I don't like those things. They're weird.
Yeah, I mean, that thing still smelled like abomination anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, and without Victor around, the poor limp, it kind of almost fits the Psyker character, actually. He just goes into some kind of science trance. Like, without eyelids, who knows what they're feeling? So.
Stand by. Be right back.
Okay. So coming back to me, I count down. And then I think I've got a squog on my hand. So he's going to see this whole ruckus go down. He lifts his rifle up toward you, Zed, but with that crystal between the two of you, he actually he pauses. And that comes back to you, Zed. Hey, Vic, it looks like you might be working again, but all we see is like deep space. Whoa, that is creepy. Okay, Zed, your turn.
Sorry about that.
Okay, I'm almost certainly going to kick that thing when I move past it, but I'm going to leap forward at the squog and try and decapitate him.
Great. So, yeah, this time you know what you're doing. You jump right over it. And give me that attack. Do you want to do the hard double or a normal attack?
Oh, definitely a hard double.
Okay, so beat the 16 and do double effort.
That's a modified 20.
Nice. All right, double effort on this bastard. Both swords come down.
That's 16 in total.
Woo! Nice. So you actually lop one of his legs off as you come down, right from hip to the other knee. Oh God! He kind of
just smile. I take him. I take him.
Side, but he's still in the fight. Doruk, you've kind of fell behind a little bit. You see Zed go flying ahead. What will you do? Oh, you're muted, my brother.
Doruk is gonna put his arm around Ezra Harden and say something like, "Come on, the weird little man," and then run forward with him and sees this little head crab thing, and you know what? He's gonna take out his Torton blast pistol. And he's just gonna plug it.
Boom, blown to bits.
All
right, Ezra. Glad you can make it back, man.
Finally.
So you sort of snap out of it, and you guys are down in this next chamber with this guard structure ahead, and the battle is joined. So what will you do as you snap out of your daze?
Well, I'm not going to shoot the crystal, that's for sure. All right, let's move forward.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Can't hear me. Great.
Your microphone, no worky.
You're very faint.
Yeah, it's like a 300 years away.
3,000 years away.
You can do it. Get that mic working.
You sound like you're on old-time radio.
I can't even hear old-time radio.
To me, it sounds like echoey, you know?
How's that? Can you hear me any better?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, finally. Got that working. Okay. So I'm going to run past the Torton and just stop just in front of the crystals. Drop my rifle, use it as a prop, and use my sword gun and take a shot at the alien that Zed's fighting.
Awesome. Beat that 13 with a basic attack.
Score 20.
There you go. Do
Natural
only
20.
4 to get the job done, thanks to Zed's work.
Yep, 4 exactly.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
So again, you pop a little hole in his helmet bubble. Don't even hit him in the head, but just enough where all of his little weird little lizard atmosphere escapes. He chokes to death and drops. Nice shot. There you go. And take a hero coin just for getting your damn camera working again.
Telling you, technology.
Okay, at that, my timer runs out. And hey, just because you just came back to us, Vic, why don't you give me a 1d4?
3.
Yikes. So as he drops, where's my, I have a lot of things going. There we go. This structure here actually has this doorway, and 3 more of his comrades pop out. I wish DMG was here to do these voices right now. He's the master of nonsense. So only one of them gets a free shot, and I've got, looks like 2-part target acquisition. So 1, 2, 3 is going to be Zed. There it is. 2 on the roll for a shot against Zed. It's a mod 11. That does not hit.
Nope.
The others are just popping out at this moment, and that brings us back to the beginning, which is Zedekiah. What do you do, man?
Just swinging away at the guy in front of me.
All right, you got a freshie.
It's 14.
That's a hit.
It's 3 points of damage.
And it's 2 swords because you did not move at all.
Oh, in that case, the 6 points of damage then if we're doubling that.
Nice, nice. Awesome. So Doruk, you've fallen a little bit behind, but you see the battle joined as more of these guys pour out of this guard post.
Doruk is going to move up and just like right over Zed's shoulder. He's just gonna he's gonna use his burst fire unit and just light all of them up.
There you go. Beat that 13.
Right. That is a 19.
Nice.
Yeah,
So that's
boy.
2d6 on each guy, right?
Yep.
And then count your burn up, but let's get that damage done.
All right. The first one. 8. That's 12.
Woo!
Second one. 5. I'm sorry, 6. Third one. 11.
Got it. Damn,
And-
nice.
And let's see how long I cannot use that weapon for. 1 turn.
Oh, nice. So that took you to 4, huh?
Yep. Yeah, I fired it previously, so.
Nice. So you unload and then fall back to pull that chamber and cool the energy cell off.
Yeah, I like that
Well
mechanic.
done. I love the way that burn modifies the particle gun. That's perfect.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a lot less OP this way, so to speak.
Well, it just feels good. I don't even really care if it's OP. It feels like how that weapon should feel.
For sure. Yeah.
Like boom, 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 boom. Oh shit. Okay. Like,
Yeah. Let's not
boom,
let's
boom,
not,
boom, boom,
let's
boom.
not
That's a good
explode.
feeling. Okay, Vic. Ezer, you're right behind this cluster of crystals here, facing this crazy battle, and Doruk is unloading. So, what do you do?
Pour on the damage. Let's get another roll with my gun, and I get a 13.
All right, that's a hit.
So I'm going to do a whole
front
nother.
one is hurt the worst.
That's the first target, so I'll hit him for a whole 2 points of damage.
Oh, 2 is all it took.
Oh, score.
Dropped. So that is, where is he? This guy. Boom. So again, this fire missile just goes right through his shoulder, blows his arm off, cauterizes it, and he drops limp. Well done. Don't forget to count up that burn.
Yep.
Damn, the fire mage aspect is coming to bear now. So, hey, brief moment of side note. So, Victor, you had that crazy 98 treasure roll last time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And was that like the Necronomicon?
You know what? I don't
What was
remember.
that? It was a crazy spell book, right?
I'm looking through my notes and I don't see anything.
Oh man, that's
Yeah, because it gave me another intelligence spell, but we didn't know what it was yet. We had to learn it.
Yes, there was learning involved, but that's not a thing you want to be forgetting. So let me just check.
I thought you found Command Machine last time.
Yeah, that's right. It
That's
was.
right. It was Dominate Machine.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what I got out of that. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Thanks. Awesome.
Okay, yeah, just wanted to make sure we had that clear because that was such an epic roll that I don't want you to be without it.
Yeah, I understand. That's cool.
Yeah, so boom, another fire missile blows this guy to bits, and we come back to me. So I've got 2 attacks, and I'm sorry, you guys, but a timer. Okay, 2 on the timer. It's dirty with the squags, and I'm sorry. So target acquisition on the first squag attack. It looks like Zed. Oh, mod 18. Energy weapon. Oh, maximum. 8 damage.
Well,
That
I have 2
dropped
hit
Zed.
points.
Dropped?
Oh yeah, -6.
Boom. Okay. Second, target acquisition. I've got a 50-50 with Doruk on the low side. So it is Ezer. And I think because of this arrangement, this is a hard check. So he's going to have to hit a... Oh, wait, no. Enemies don't do easy and hard. I keep forgetting that shit. They just do armor, which is so beautiful. Oh, my God. Mod 20.
Yeah.
Energy weapon. 3 damage to Ezer. I think that's Ezer's first damage.
That is my first damage. I'm okay for the moment.
Okay. Woof. There we go. So
Making
my
me
timer's
sweat.
up. My attacks are done. Zed, roll for dying, my brother.
6.
Hey, there we go. So you're bleeding slowly. Doruk, you see your brother go down. After the red sword, man, these are your homies. What will you do?
Doruk is just gonna he's just gonna jump down. He's gonna run. He's gonna jump down there and just kind of like ducking fire the whole way, and he's gonna try to don't die on me, you know, like he's just gonna try to at least stabilize him. I don't have any med packs or whatever.
Awesome. So give me the dex check to jump over the crystals.
Great. Okay. That's a 7.
Okay, give me the 1d6.
Right. 5.
Oh my God! Seriously?
Yeah. This planet sucks.
You're killing me, Doruk. You're killing me.
Okay, so whoa. Okay, Doruk, you take 3 damage right away, and Ezer, you take 2 damage right away.
Damn it.
Doruk's down.
Oh, so the crabs
And, yeah.
chow on Doruk as he goes for his homie and drops him. Ezer, the fate of the party rests in your hands, my man. What will you do? This crystal's gone.
Eat a banana.
I've got no more bananas. I used them all last time. Let's see.
This is gnarly if you look at this little scene.
Yeah, this is gnarly. Exactly. Pick and choose. Okay, so let's get the crab stuff off of me. So I'll grab them and just try to throw them off of me.
No problem.
Shouldn't be that difficult.
No, with these ones, there's so many of them, you can just like kind of wiggle and squiggle and move
Slough
around,
them
and you
off.
can throw them off, and they hit the ground and die. They've done their 1 damage. That's all I really care about. So there you go.
And I'll move over towards Doruk.
Yep. It's
That's
like
all I can do.
just a couple feet away, so you still have an action.
Oh, great. So I get the rest of the crabs off of him. Nobody has a med pack. Nobody has anything in their equipment.
I have Wood Beast Gel, which heals 1d12 for 3 rounds, but causes searing pain.
Screw the pain. He's a turtle. He won't feel it.
I have some really good cigars, so I'm cool. I'm cool with it.
He's got rough skin. He needs a little aloe in his life.
Rub it directly into the wounds.
Yeah, just rub it in just under the shell in the soft spots.
You guys are mean.
You want to live or die?
I would rather not bleed and die.
Yeah, there's not much I can do. I can get rid of all the crabs. I don't have anything to give you to be able to save your life. How many turns do you have? Or we don't know yet, right?
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
God, if you roll a 1, man.
That's all right.
Your tactical priority is not to drop.
Right.
So what'll
The
it be?
biggest threat is those aliens, but I can't do anything for Dirk at the moment other than to get those crabs off of him. I'm going to take another.
Not like chomping at him. They really just land.
Yeah, exactly.
And do 1 damage.
Yeah, they're more annoying than anything else.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm going to take another fire missile shot at the. Oh, score 15. Another missile shot at the aliens.
All right. There's 2 of them. One has 11 against him, and one has 6.
That's the one that's right in front of me.
Okay, he has looks like 6.
Score 10 points of damage. Got a 7
Nice.
+ 3 with my magic, so awesome.
Nice. And keeping track of your burn, right?
I'm at 4.
Okay. At that moment, then roll. Roll that 1d4 to see how long your fire missile disables.
3 rounds.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, lordy. It's about to get weird. So that's my go. No timer on the board. And 2 attacks against Ezer with a +2 on the rolls. Ezer, what's your armor?
10.
Dear God. Oh, that's right. It fell off and melted.
Yep.
First attack. 17. Oh, shit. 7
Ezer's dead.
damage.
Ezer's dead.
Oh, good game.
Ezer drops. Boom. So boom, 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 boom. The squags unload. And darkness enfolds the team.
Oh, God.
In
like this is
an inordinate amount of time passes. Actually, just there's blackness. You're not sure what the fuck just happened. But remember, dropping and dying are not the same thing. So let's get an initiative roll. So just a raw d20. Let's see who sort of starts blinking first.
10 from me.
13 for me.
15.
All right, Doruk, you being the stoutest.
Doruk the Stout. I don't like it.
Doruk, you start to open your eyes and you see this red haze in front of you. You look down and you find yourself in this sort of cloud state or some kind of swirling liquid or a sort of a red nebula or a red gas enveloping you. And all your gear is gone. And you are behind some kind of a red glass barrier. And you are utterly gearless. So whatever character adjustments you need to be gearless, you can make those on the fly. But what will you do at this moment of realization?
So, first of all, Doruk's gonna get real pissed because nobody puts me in a cage. Nobody. And I am going to. You said there's a barrier in front of him.
Yeah, just like right against your little turtle nose, there's this red glass barrier. Just like, I mean, you're confined in this tiny space.
So, what Doruk is gonna do? He's gonna do like a headbutt, but right before his head hits, he's gonna turtle. So, like the edge of his shell, which is kind of like really hard, is gonna smack against that.
So what we call a turtle butt.
A turtle butt, exactly.
All right, give me a strength on a 14.
Right, strength on a 14. Fuck yeah, that was a 20, natural 20.
So boom, you blow apart this glass barrier in front of you and enter back into this cavern system, but you're not sure exactly where you are.
Ooh.
And give me a 1d6.
5.
Oh, shit. With you, as you emerge from the glass, are 5 of these little bastards, and you instantly take 5 damage.
No, what was I at before? Like full heart?
Yeah, you were at 1 heart, so you're back down to 5.
You're mean.
Ezer, you have a similar experience, awakening in this strange sort of red void. So what will you do? And you are totally gearless. You're a homunculus. What will you do? And you're muted.
Sorry. I can see the Torta next to me, right?
I think so. Yeah, you can vaguely see this shape and hear this shattering sound through this red barrier that's right in front of your face.
I'm sure I'm used to the red to that sound already. I've heard it a couple of times.
Yeah, the sound of a Torton screaming.
Yeah. Exactly. You scream like a girl.
Excuse me?
I yell out to the Torton, is that you, Doruk?
Your voice just echoes in this weird void. You can feel that the sound of your voice is going nowhere.
Oh. I reach out with my hands. Can I feel anything around me?
Yes, you feel this faceted glass encasement that is really close. I mean, within inches of your body. So like you're encased in there.
So use my limited telekinesis to try to pierce my way out.
Make an int check on the 14.
15 plus 3, actually plus 2, that would be 17.
Nice. So through sheer will, you make the glass crack, and a little hole forms, and you look down, and around your feet there are these little crystalline crabs that all seem to be coming up. And roll that 1d6 for me.
Oh. 6.
Oh my God.
Oh, I hate these things so much.
So right away, take 6 damage. So you're down to 4.
I'm going to do the crab dance and squish them.
Look at these fucking things.
God.
Oh my God. There's no way I have the heart to roll a timer right now. Zed, you find yourself in the aforementioned description. What will you do?
Just do it, Zed. Just do it and roll the die already.
No, I'm gonna learn from you guys. I'm gonna looking around, seeing everything very close to me. I'm just gonna kind of breathe, get used to the space, let the claustrophobia pass, and just look at my feet, and see if there's anything in there with me.
So you look down and you notice that there are these sort of almost like a pupae or a sort of an egg form of these little arthropods that all seem to be attached to the base of this crystal. And if it's shattered in a certain way, it sort of, will pop them. But if shattered in the right way, it looks like maybe that could be avoided.
Is there any way I could forego that and just stamp on the eggs?
There you go. So instead of shattering your way out, without any difficulty, you can squash them all in an instant, but that will be your turn.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I don't want to be out there with those things.
So you crush the maximum output, which is 6 of these little sort of pupae or little crablings You just squish them with your feet. And excellently done. Now take yourself a hero coin, my brother.
Awesome.
There you go. And Doruk, so these things have done their damage, but they're still kind of crawling around. What will you do?
I'm gonna kind of like do like I'm gonna take a couple of steps to gain momentum, and Doruk is gonna kind of like spin and kind of like Koopa shell across the surface of this cavern and try to smash a bunch of these little bastards.
Yeah, so every one you touch, every little crabbling you touch is instantly killed. I mean, it's like killing a cockroach.
Cockroaches are hard to kill.
Well, okay, it's like killing a miller moth. It's like killing a tadpole. Wait, no, that's a little harsh. You're a turtle.
Wait.
So all the crablings between you and Ezer are smushed in your spinning Koopa.
Awesome.
And you're right up next to Ezer. That's just an instant of time. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. Can I reach him from here?
Yeah, I mean, space is as represented, so you're kind of spin right over to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to reach that arm out and kind of like yank him from under all these like crazy crab thingies.
Yeah, so as you do so, just doing it, one flies off and lands on a sharp rock. Another one spins sideways and splats. One actually is between your hand and his arm, and you crush it. Good. And there's only one right there. And that comes to you, Ezer.
Ew, crab goo. So I'm going to just crush the one in front of me and move over towards the other side of the room towards Zed. See if we can get him out of there.
So you work your way up and you realize this whole cavern is not cut or designed in any way. This is a natural opening in the rock of this planetoid. And by that means, it's very jagged and very uneven and very weird and confined. And you come up to this crystalline structure and you can see Zed inside this crystalline structure. But he doesn't seem to be struggling at all. He's looking down around his feet. And that's me, and I'm bypassing, so that comes back to you, Zed.
I want to quivering palm my way out of this thing.
So give me whatever your best check is and beat a 14.
My 1-inch punch just doesn't do the job. It's a modified 7.
So he's in there like, help me, help me. All right, Doe. So Zed is like trapped inside his crystal, which is a bit of a change of pace.
Doruk is gonna run up and just kind of kick it open.
All right, give me a strength on that 14. Make it easy too, since you've smashed one of these before.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, boom. So the thing is destroyed, and Zed pops out. And Zed, you look around and at yourself, and all you see is this reptoid, this raw reptoid. All your gear is gone. But unlike your allies who look like they've been nipped and cut at, you are at full health, so you have 10 HP.
Get in.
But there you go. That's a wipe for you, is no gear. So it might take a second to fully do all the work for no gear. But I'm sure you guys probably have a good grip on your character sheets. So whatever no gear means, it might be a little bit of a stat change. It might be a little bit of attack changes and so on and so forth.
Doruk is just angry he doesn't have any more cigars.
Oh, man, it's awesome. Everything that a DM dreams of. Gearless characters. Okay, that comes back to Ezer, I believe, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Let's move to the other side of the cave, past Zed, and see what's out there.
So you get about this far, and you see two things. One, there's one of these crystal structures is growing from the ceiling. And then also in front of you, you see this little guy. So, you know, I wanted everybody to know that I use the cards too. Like, this isn't bullshit. This whole creative technique is, it didn't come from the desire to make a product. It's actually how I think. So this is one of the cards from the new set. But you see these sort of gas tanks with this kind of like, you know, universal radioactive symbol on it, on this little hovering cart in the corner of this tunnel.
Durak, Zed, look what I found. I wonder if we can use the cart to float out of here.
All right, Zed.
I'll walk over and join him and see if. In fact, actually, when I was looking around at the bottom of the crystal, do I know how to smash it without breaking it, or do I just know that there is a way to do it?
Every time that you are going to interact with them from now on will be easy.
Cool.
So that basically means you know that the sort of the roots or the base of the crystal are where those little pupae reside. So you can kind of lop the tops off. So if you're running past one, if you're shooting near one, all those checks are going to be easy for you now that you kind of figured that out.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just wander over and have a look at the card.
Yeah, so make a wisdom check on that thing. Make it easy since you're working with the homie.
It's an 11.
Yeah, 11 hits easy. So you look, and actually you recognize this is a pretty universal symbol used in starships across the known universe. And this is ultranium gas. And this is volatile gas that's used for explosives and demolitions operations in multiple galaxies. It's pretty ubiquitous material, and it looks like they have 4 tanks of it on a little hover cart.
Cool. The hover cart, does it look like it can actually like ascend, or is it just like a...
It's basically just a truck. So it's meant to scoot along a surface without, you know, a lot of difficulty. So it doesn't actually go up or down, but it'll always stay about 8 inches above any surface.
Cool.
Okay, Doe, I think that brings it to you.
Dorak just wants to catch up.
We need to buy Dorak some skates.
Rocket skates.
Get the gas off the thing, we'll put him on the truck.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Do we can Dorak pick up like a rock or a piece of like a one of those crystal like shards from thing was shattered or something to use as like an improvised weapon?
Definitely.
Sweet. So on my character sheet, I'm gonna write big rock.
Awesome. So you now have a common weapon, which is a sort of sharp rock. So you can do weapon damage on an attack with that.
Sweet.
Priorities.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we come all the way back. We're just kind of floating in player time. So Zed, it's you again. Oh wait, no, is that Ezer?
I think so.
Yeah, Doe just grabbed that rock. Yeah, Ezer, it's back to you, my brother.
What's over towards the farther right on the screen, up towards the other side, past the crystal, past the cart?
Well, you can see there's light. There's light coming down that opening.
Let's move that way. Yep.
So you get up to about here, and to go further, I'm going to need a check to climb.
Cross your fingers, boys.
So dex or strength, whichever's better.
Either or, it's about the same. 11.
So not quite. You're kind of stuck right here, and you're kind of scrabbling on the rocks. You're like, you guys, this is a sheer surface up here. All right, Zed, that's you. You see Ezer kind of move past the tanks and start climbing.
I'm going to take a note out of Dorak's book and pick up a couple of those rocks as well.
Dorak has
and
no
then
time for books.
And then I want to go and inspect that cart. Like, what kind of things is that gas used for?
Well, usually it's ignited to do demolitions. It can be used in small tools to make, sort of like a plasma cutter. It's I guess comparable in our universe to acetylene.
Cool. Does it look like I could like carry it with me?
You could carry one tank with you, definitely.
Cool. In that case, I'll grab one tank and just motion for Dork to grab one as well. And then I'll move towards the wall to kind of follow Ezra up.
Awesome. So you kind of throw it over your shoulder, and since you have no gear, I mean, you're basically just a reptoid with a tank of ultranium gas.
I'm ready to mess something up.
Which is outstanding and needs to go into the annals of adventuring.
You might as well be wearing a target.
Okay, Doruk, you see Zed go up and just heave one of these sort of volatile gas tanks right over his shoulder and keep going, trying to follow Ezer.
Oh, I think that's a great idea. I was going to do that too. So Doruk is going to run over and go, yes, explosives. And he's going to pick one up, and it's kind of like with one tank in one hand, like turtle claw his way up the side of the this cliff face or whatever it is.
Awesome. So both of you should have in your gear now is completely erased, and the only thing it should say is tank of ultranium gas and sharp rock.
Right. Yeah. You said ultranium.
That includes starter loot and everything.
Sweet. I'm gonna have my gun
For
back.
ye who wipeth shall haveth nothing. Okay, Ezer. So you've kind of located a couple little handholds. So since you failed on that last check, you're now looking at an 11 or an easy check to make this climb, if that's what you're doing. You're muted, but I do see you nodding.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of here is what we're doing. I got a 12 score.
Nice. So you get up right next to this crystal here, and you do see that the ledge flattens out up above, and I think you kind of get to right here, and that's about your go.
Yeah.
Okay, so Doruk, you see Ezer go scooting up. Or wait, Zed, sorry.
I'll follow behind.
All right, same thing. Make it easy since he's plotted the climb route.
It's a mod 20.
Nice, no problem. So you hop up right next to him, and you're kind of coaching him to go around the crystal. And then here comes the problem child when it comes to climbing. Doruk, what do you got? Make it easy. You're muted though. You guys can totally leave your mute off forever. I mean, we have pretty good chat discipline here.
All right, so I'm going to use my I can use my dex for this, right?
Definitely.
Right. Yeah, that's a modified 20.
Nice. So you hop right up next to him without touching that crystal. You guys come around and find yourself in this next space. If I can figure out where all my stuff is right now. Here we go. It's right here. So you guys come up around this corner. And I think we had Doruk coming in the rear, Ezer in the front, and Zed in second, right?
What is that?
So you guys enter this next space. And actually, since you, I never thought you would. It's pretty crazy. I don't know. I love how things just aren't what you ever think they were. So you guys climbed up out of this hole here. Like that, right?
Nice.
Okay. So outstanding. So you guys come into this new space, and now I want to invite you to work with me on this sort of art and terrain style, right? So I wanted to do the whole adventure in side view. And this is one of those classic moments where your imagination is a big part of what this is. So this tunnel opens from these narrow, tight, crystal-infested little channels and sort of claustrophobic. If you guys have ever been spelunking, man, the feeling is hard to describe. But in this space, it opens to a quite large chamber, somewhat to scale here. And there's a cluster of these sort of strange, blocky ruins or architectural shapes. And they're covered with all these weird alien carvings, and you're not sure you've ever seen anything quite like this. I mean, the universe is very big, so it's not shocking to you. But an analogy might be sort of that moment, if you guys played Borderlands, at the end of Borderlands, where you see that strange alien technology, or the moment in Alien where they come up through that hatch and they find the space jockey and they experience this sort of sensation of oldness. There's this place has been under here for a long time. As the three of you are taking it in and helping each other up, and you know, realize how raw you are right now. So you're all kind of shivering a little bit, and you have no armor, no weapons, no nothing. You just have some sharp rocks and a couple of tanks of ultranium. You're looking around and you see this sort of being on one of these pillars or architectural shapes. You're not quite sure what it is because they're not forming spaces and stairs like you're used to. You see this being over here, and if you guys have looked at Volume 3, this is a Krell Battroid. So you see this kind of cybernetic but not quite human-shaped battle robot. But it is completely inert, standing amongst these weird ruins on the far side of this chamber. And you guys are kind of coming up right over here over this little ledge. And I know that this is just some crummy marker art, but I invite you to make this what it may be. And so at that moment, as you guys scrabble up and you help each other up this little ledge, let's all roll some initiative together, me included. Let's scramble it up a little bit.
Yeah, 19.
16 here.
17.
2.
All right, Doruk. That's pretty cool. So Doruk comes up this ledge, even though he's kind of in the back, but the way that you guys all help each other up, kind of, you know, fireman style.
Cool.
Doruk winds up in the front, and you make contact, I would say visual contact with this Battroid, but you couldn't call it eye contact. There are no eyes. And the thing isn't patrolling or scanning. It's not moving. It looks completely inert. And that's why I use that space jockey example. Like, you see this massive battle robot just sitting there inert in these ancient ruins. And it's relatively quiet in this space considering what you've just been through. So Dora, what will you do?
So this has a very like Fortress of Solitude feel and look to me. You know what I mean? Like, are there, you said clearly there are like runes on these like crystals or rocks.
Yeah, there's a bunch of carvings and curved shapes all over these rocks, and you haven't seen anything like this so far in this little fiasco or journey that you've been on. But yeah, there's writing everywhere.
Maybe these are some kind of controls or something like that. He's gonna start kind of like touching runes just to see what happens.
So you have these sort of 3 big marks in front of you. Reach out with your little turtle hand.
It's a big turtle hand.
And these aren't controls by any means. But in touching them, give me an intelligence check on this 14.
Okay.
It's dark in here, and this is some strange stuff.
Natural 1.
Yeah, so you have never seen anything quite like this, but that's just an instant of time. Anything else?
He's gonna say to he's gonna lean back and say to Ezra Harden, like, hey, Mr. Psyker, can you do that machine trick on that? and he's gonna point towards the Battroid.
I'll give it a try.
Okay, I duck, and he's gonna duck behind one of these things.
Yeah, let's just hope I don't roll a 1. I got a 14 plus 3 is 17.
So casting Dominate Machine.
Dominate Machine.
Awesome. So you rise up slightly and say, Zabada Zabada Galifianakis. And this thing is completely under your control. And in putting it under your control, you realize, like, this thing hasn't moved in ages. So what will you do with your control? And give me the D4 for how long you can control it, Vic.
4. So I got a little while to do something with it.
Okay, awesome. You can track that time. So for the first round, because it is my go now, what will you do with it?
Sure. So I can control the Battroid, right?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Ask a question.
Any ideas? Does it talk? Do I know that it talks? Can it talk?
As you're kind of maintaining this beam of control, you sense this thing has no speech circuits. It has no vision circuits. It has no...
It's made to destroy.
No human action of interaction of any kind.
Could just use the scout ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or try to permanently shut it down. Or paralyze it like I did the other machine. But
so you'll give it the order to power down?
And then I can loot its weapons.
Yeah, that's what... Well, that's what we want to do, right? We want to disarm it, and then we want to...
Yeah, so you could effectively completely power it down for 4 rounds.
So, all right, then let's power this thing down.
Okay. So it basically kind of slumps down, and I don't have the card handy. I wish I did, but if you guys saw the art, it has these sort of low slung guns. So the guns really just go right to the ground, and it just rests its shoulder, and it just goes completely inert.
I can see Durek just scrambling across the ground, trying to cover the ground and go over there.
Oh yeah.
Damn guns.
That's gonna be
like a kid in the candy store.
That's gonna happen.
That 98 is just so awesome to see that come around. It's just fantastic, and that's the only you can only see that in a second session.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what I meant by frontiers. Awesome. Is like nobody has played Warp Shell for more than 1 session at this point. So we're like at this frontier. It's very interesting to have that 98 come back around. So. Zed, that is you, my man. So you see Ezer casting this beam of control on this old machine.
I look at Ezer, I look in Doric's eyes, and I just smile at him, and I just belt as fast as possible to this thing.
That's not fair.
just running up surfaces.
Yeah, I mean, you are a reptoid. Technically, you could do this.
Matrix.
It's just like when you're in Mexico and like you're trying to go to sleep and there's a lizard above you. So down here, up here?
Oh, across the ceiling, it's cooler.
Okay, so you can get about yay far. You come right into view of this thing, and you notice that there's writing on this machine, this fighting machine that matches the writing of this space. Well, what will you do?
I don't recognize the writing at all, do I?
No, this is either predates or postdates anything you know about. You actually don't know what year it is currently.
Not being a big one for thinking, I'm probably going to leave that to Ezer. So I think I'll just, at this point, kind of being a little bit stealthy and a little bit up out of the way, I think I'll just keep an eye on the exit to the other side. On the right-hand side of the map. Let Doric do his thing.
Awesome. As you look sort of toward the exit, you do see there are stairs that have been cut. So there was a space here that beings used at some point. And that comes to Dora.
So this thing might be here to like guard something. What is it here for? It looks like an empty chamber. Well, regardless, he's going to move towards the Battroid for sure. Stumpy little turtle legs probably can't get all the way there.
Yeah, I think you can get about right here.
Okay, I'm going to look for. I'm going to look around for any more any of the? I mean, this is all unusual, but is anything unusual?
Is anything stranger than the strange we've already experienced?
Right.
Give me a wisdom on easy. So give me a wisdom 11.
Wisdom 11. That's a 6.
No, it's all about equal strangeness.
All right. So can I find the nearest like rune and just like bash it with my sharp rock?
Yeah. So you mar this rune, this rune, I mean, and if this thing was active, it would probably respond, but just a few sparks pop out of it as it's completely dominated.
Oh, but you can because you've frozen.
Okay, Ezra, I think that's your move.
All right, so
And the size of this
move
creature
my
is
guy
sort
down.
of like this. It's about twice the size of you guys.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Let's make a dash move over towards the robot. Get a little closer.
Yep.
If I have
you can get
control
right
of it.
underneath it there.
Yeah, if I have control of it, would I know where its power source is or how to turn it off? Does it have an off switch?
I don't think that dominating it gives you a comprehension of its workings.
Okay.
And also,
Just control.
when you look at it, it's not like it has hydraulics and a positronic brain and a motor.
Right. Right.
I mean, this is more like a sort of a being that's made out of stone and steel. This is sort of a creature, not so much a machine. But you get right up there next to it.
Sure. I'll take my blast sword and try to shove it right through the middle of its power source.
Whoa. So I assume that's its center.
You don't
Correct.
have
So
any
the thing is
equipment.
turned off, so it's no roll is even required. You jam the sword
Sure.
right through it.
You have no equipment.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you have
that's
no
right.
blast sword.
Oh, that's right. Then
And
I
you
take
didn't pick up a
Duroc.
sharp
No,
rock.
just kidding.
So you kind of just do this. Oh shit.
Oh, shit. I reach for my sword and it's not there. Damn it. Yeah, no, I can't do that.
Hit it with a firebolt.
Focus real hard. Yeah, I could hit it with a firebolt. That's about all I have. We're gonna run out of time. I'm already
That's an int
third
spell,
count,
right?
so-
Yeah,
That's correct.
Is it
Int
equipped?
spells are
It
loot.
is an int spell.
Powers are
Oh
not.
no! Ah, okay, cool.
So I think that dominate machine is a whiz power, right?
Dominate machine is a whiz power.
Yeah, but an int spell gone.
Bummer.
Damn it.
Yep. You guys are pupae.
Damn it.
So I think in that amount of time of confusion and doubt, click
Yeah.
down one more dominate turn. And that brings us back to Zed. I think my dog is making high-pitched sounds. I think that means that there's like liftoff is about to happen. So I'll be right back.
Me too.
Come on.
Oh, you guys, by the way.
Yeah.
If this thing, I don't know. Never mind.
This is gonna go south real fast. I've only got two more
totally.
turns I can hold on to this.
Yeah, but
This
see,
robot.
you cast it again. Yeah. Right.
It'll be easier the second time, right?
Right.
No, that's when you fail.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So we've got one turn to survive while it annihilates us.
Oh man. Okay, Zed.
So why don't we just get out of the room and leave it alone?
Is it my go?
I think it's Zed.
Yeah.
Head towards the door. You have no swords. You can't lick it to death.
I know. I'm not very good at strength. I might just head out the door. Truth be told.
Yeah, I don't either.
We do have those explosives if we think that we're not going to need them again. We just blow the thing up and then steal its weapons.
If there are any left.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay, but how are we going to blow it up? How are we going to set off the explosives?
You get the tube, and it's got two cannons, right? So what you do is these
Shove the
things
explosives down into the barrels. So when it
Yes.
tries to fire at us, kapow!
Exactly.
The man's described what I think I'm going to do.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, cool. In that case, I'll start attaching my my canister to the cannon as best possible.
Okay.
Just kind of wedge it in there.
So the thing isn't moving, so you kind of jam it into position and wind up down here.
Mm.
Okay, Dora.
Yeah.
How many turns do I have before this thing gets angry? Ezra Harden.
Yeah.
How many turns do I have for how long do you have control of this?
2. I have 2.
All right, cool. So you see that little cord thing that's kind of hanging from it?
Yeah.
I want to go up and I want to pull that out. So I'm gonna kind of like scramble over to it and kind of like yank on that with all my turtle weight.
Okay, so you go up there.
I'm just saying, like in Batman, when Bane gets his little cord thing ripped out of his neck, he like powers down and becomes a teeny tiny little normal human.
So you snap that thing off,
right?
And when you do, well, Ezra, put your timer back to 4.
Yeah.
So this thing loses a little more power and becomes, and actually the right pulse cannon, which is the one that is not jammed with an ultranium canister, actually cracks off of its right arm and lands right down by Ezra. And this thing is basically like about the size of a fence post.
Yikes.
So it's kind of like a 4x4 post that's about 7 feet long.
It's perfectly Torton sized.
And this is you guys have heard about pulse cannons, but they're not a common weapon where you're from. They're kind of from a bygone era, and it lands down next to Ezra. But yeah, so Doruk, you further disable this thing, even though it's dominated. Now it like has no power source.
Stupid.
Awesome.
So Ezra,
stand by. I'll be right back.
I will pick up the plasma cannon.
so you can barely carry this thing, but it's doable, just like a fence post.
With my
And
mind.
what will you do?
Nothing, just sling it, and I guess we're done here. I'll move towards the opening, towards the exit on the other side of Zed. Yep.
All right. So you move down with this 7-foot weapon slung behind you, and I'll assume that your allies fall in tow.
I'm going to go retrieve my canister if possible, and then I'll follow behind.
Oh, so you'll undo the booby trap?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So keep the canister in your inventory. So when this thing, if it does wake up, if and when, it will not be booby trapped, but it will be slightly disabled.
Hmm.
And you guys, I think, are done with the ruins. So before we pop over, we'll wait for Doruk to come back. Super awesome. I love taking all your shit away.
What happened?
You might like it, but we don't like it.
Well,
There's nothing harder than trying to adventure with nothing.
which normally just makes you cooler, but instead of making you cooler, it just makes you viable again.
It's called thinking on your feet.
I've got a glass rock. I'm happy.
Thanks for playing, guys. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. At one point, I think we had about 80 folks tuning in. I'm not sure where we're at right now. 40 people watching. Thanks, all you guys. Great to have 40 people hanging out. That's a house party when you have 40 people right there. So
That's awesome.
thanks, everybody, for sticking around. Awesome adventure. You guys are just doing great. I love this group of friends. I know that we don't like sit around and do a lot of like gravitas role playing, but I actually feel that a lot of role playing is in the details of what you say and do.
Sure.
It isn't in just saying things in a funny accent and being extravagant. I think a lot of role playing happens in subtlety, just like in real life. It's your actions speak a lot louder than your words.
Sure.
So it's great to see you, the three of you playing together again. And that is what I call an intermission. Pretty short, but let's just keep on drinking beer And you guys move on down from this disabled Battroid, which, by the way, thank you for bypassing that because you are in no condition for this shit.
Yeah.
And you know, this was a
Thank
big
you,
reason
Buzz.
why I asked that question in the Google group was like, I have a bunch of monsters, but I kind of want to write the full monsters, which I kind of did in my notebook in shit form. But no one gets to know that that's kind of canon yet. But in a way, it's kind of interesting now. People can kind of maybe invent what a Battroid is. And we're kind of in a very strange meta space of game design. Like we're mass game designing this game. And I love that. So it's kind of like the jump behemoth that Chris did. It's like, that's probably a thing that now needs to go into the game because we're making this.
Yeah.
So who's the first person who actually writes down the stats for the Battroid, which I'm going to have mine, but now I don't want to show them to anyone. I want to see what someone thinks the Battroid is. I don't know. Okay, just had to give myself a foot massage there real quick. Okay, so you guys move past these strange ruins. And don't worry, there is data of where the fuck you are and why, but you're just not there yet. It's like you guys are just emerging from the womb. You're just like driven by pure impulse.
Jeez.
I'm just an angry turtle with his pet rock.
Okay, so to get order from our last space, what we have Ezer and then Zed and then Doruk coming up in the back.
Oh, weird. I'm in the back.
Yeah, it's been Ezer in the front quite a bit. Like that.
Okay.
So you guys come out of the ruins, this kind of strange area. And you come to the edge, and here, just as the map shows, you have this odd kind of right angle, and then a shaft straight down.
Whee.
And there are a few little ledges breaking the vertical, and on one of them, you do see this, you know, this Duranium lockbox kind of clumsily left behind. So
Bonsai.
I'm going to go with march order as our initiative. So Ezer, you're leading the way.
All right. Well, then, if the gravity's about half of what it normally is, I should be able to climb or float, push my way down there without too much trouble.
So where are you headed?
On top of the chest, of course.
Boop. So give me an anything but a 1. You know, citing the low gravity.
Oh, yeah. 15, I'm okay.
I hope it's full of
yeah,
flies.
great. So you land right on top of this thing.
Open that
And
bad boy.
you actually recognize this chest. This is used, you know, in many galaxies. It's a very common little lockbox here. And as you land on it, just the force of you landing pops it open. And give me a 1d100 roll.
Oh, awesome.
Come on, particle gun.
Come on. Yeah. I've already got a plasma cannon. What more do I want?
You looted
Bill
that?
Wheel.
41.
41.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is on the loot table.
Oh, a nanogar.
Oh my God, it's too funny. It's almost worth a reroll.
Okay.
Well, no, give me a 50-50. On the low 50, no reroll for you.
98.
God damn it. Okay, roll 1d100 again.
All right. There we go. You said 50-50. Guess what I just rolled?
The same.
A 41.
41.
It was faded.
It was faded. I had to have it.
Yeah, this would never happen to a turtle. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Reagan is rolling over in his grave right now. Okay. You have found Ronaldo's back wagon.
Ugh.
You gain 10 extra slots in carried gear.
Yeah. Boy.
And you have no gear.
Sweet. You just carried me. I'll
I
take a
can
nap.
carry
This is
whole lot
basically
of
a
nothing.
backpack with a tiny microspatial distortion in it that holds double what you normally could.
Backpack of holding. I remember that one.
It's a backpack of holding. That's exactly what it is. It's a back wagon.
Oh, wow.
That is amazing. And that's on Epic Loot, by the way. You
Oh,
look on Epic
score.
Loot,
Sweet deal.
and you got
Oh,
the
the what?
stupidest thing.
Yeah, you say
That's
that now.
amazing.
And then next game, watch. That's going to come in handy.
We're gonna all hide inside it
And
and
you do have the
heal.
pulse cannon. You do have the pulse cannon, Vic, so don't forget that.
Oh, yeah, I have that written down. I wonder if I can fit the pulse cannon inside the back wagon.
Oh, easily. Easily.
Hey, hold
Oh,
on.
that'd
hold
be
on.
so great.
But then it would be carried and not equipped.
Wait a
Right,
second.
but, you know.
You looted that pulse cannon?
You
Yeah.
better believe it. It fell off.
You know who likes
It's still.
You know who likes pulse cannons?
You know who can carry pulse cannons?
So you tried to tell me that you're going to trade me your favoriteest rock in the world, the most beautifulest agate you've ever seen, for this pulse cannon.
It's rare. I found it on an alien planet.
So when Ezer jumps down and lands on this chest, he actually hits this rock precipice in such a way there's a shudder in the stones.
Oh,
Shit.
no.
And this cavern does not feel stable.
This is why we
Oh,
can't have
no.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Whatever you do, don't jump onto the ledge. Don't jump onto the same ledge. Be careful. It's loose around here. Oh, golly.
I have an idea.
What'll it be, Zed?
I am going to just walk down that wall.
Walk.
Yeah, just walk down,
Yes.
down the wall.
Score.
So you
That's what
you
I'm
guys come right down to Ezer, and he's rummaging through this box. Anything else?
Unless there's anything left in the box, I'll probably just carry on down the wall.
So you go down here. Give me a wisdom check.
Oh, that's not good. It's 5.
Yeah, so you're kind of still looking back over your shoulder as you descend down the rest of the passage. And Doruk, that comes to you.
He's gonna go to the edge of this precipice here and kind of like look down and see if if he can see anything down there that maybe the other two have not noticed before.
Well, yeah, roll for it. Wisdom on 14.
14. That's awesome. Yeah.
So you do
Tortana-
notice that it looks like some cracks are forming in the stone under the weight of Ezer on this little shelf.
Uh-oh.
And Zed has just skittered right on past, and you can see a bit of a red glow down at the bottom of this shaft.
I'm kind of wondering what would happen if I just dropped my tank of ultranium gas down there. Might
Well,
kill
wondering
Saul.
doesn't take long, so
So we're in still like half gravity, right?
yeah.
How far is it to that other ledge that opposite from him? Yeah.
It's just under a banana.
Okay. Well, he's gonna try to jump to that.
Ooh. All right, give me a dex.
Oh, that's
hard.
scary.
Give me a hard dex. That's 17.
19. 19.
Oh! And there was
Yeah.
a day when a Torton jumped across a chasm.
That's right. That's right.
There was a day. So you fly across, land on this thing, thump. Sure enough,
No.
this ledge is really solid. Unbelievable. Good job. So
Wow.
the cracks and fissures on Ezer's little ledge start to get worse. And with that, Zed, it's your turn. So you're going to keep going down?
I'm just amazed that Tautons can jump. No, I'll stick around and just kind of help these guys kind of climb down.
Okay, cool. So
Assuming they're
anything
going to be
that you
climbing
do
down
involving
since we can't see
descending
anything below.
will be easy. Awesome. So you're like, down here, guys, here, grab my hand.
Yeah.
All right. So Doe, that's you again.
I'm gonna jump down to Zed and just be like, "Catch me!" You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna try to like.
That's going to go well.
Oh man.
So
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
11
actually.
jumps.
11. All right. That's a 12.
Nice. So he catches you right down there on the lip, and you guys are in climbing position. And Ezer?
I didn't know Tortons can fly.
There's much about
Okay,
this you do not know.
Can I see any further down? Oh, let's try this trick again. I flick a fire missile flare down the hole.
That's awesome.
Let's see
You
what's down there.
try, and you realize you can't remember the words.
Damn it.
Oh, that's right.
Usually
Oh,
what you do is you really quickly check your little tablet for what the exact runes are to cast fire, but that tablet
And I
is
don't
gone.
have the tablet.
just erase your gear, man. Just erase your gear.
Replace all plasma cannon. Oh man. Okay, climb down where they are.
Okay, make an
Make a
easy dex.
14. I'm good.
Nice, no problem. So with that, oh boy, you guys reach the bottom of the shaft.
Ooh, a computer thingy.
Oh, hello.
Ooh.
So directly below
Crystal
you,
spiders.
you see this crystalline floor that has been cut into these square sort of steps or shelves. And this whole thing has this sort of quartz-like shaping to it. And this red glow is cast over the entire space. And completely out of place, especially you, Zed, can spot it and you report to your allies. But there is, sure enough, there is a computer console right here installed in this cavern. And I believe that is your move, Zed. You're back at the front. The last move was Ez coming down the shaft. So, Zed, what'll it be?
I'm wondering if this hellscape shouldn't just burn.
Hellscape.
You know what? I might just climb across the top of this and disable some of those crystals until we've got an idea of what those creatures down below are kind of capable of.
So you come around this bend right here, and when you reach this crystal formation, this is not a crab pod at all. This is a solid mass of crystal. And actually, you've never seen anything quite like it. It is, actually, maybe you have, is that Ezer carries this tiny little, or used to carry this tiny little fragment of firestone.
Thanks.
But this is like a bus-sized piece of this firestone crystal. And you notice as you come around the bend that they're lining the ceiling of this cavern.
Oh, man.
And this is not hollow in any way. This is not a containment crystal of it. This is a solid mass of pure red, like fluorite or quartz.
Cool. In that case, I'll radio through to Wes and just like, hey, I've found some more of that stone. If you want me to see if I can chip off a bit.
Yes, please.
Cool. I'll have a crack at chipping off a bit.
So you take your sharp rock that you harvest, and sure enough, you pop off 1d4 firestones. So go ahead and roll it.
That's 3.
Oh,
Cool.
fantastic. So if I'm correct, a firestone is plus
one magic effort. That's correct.
Yeah.
Each.
So you have 3 pieces of +1 magic effort.
Just give them all to Ezer.
Cool. Yeah, I don't do much magic effort, unsurprisingly.
So as you're sort of working on this crystal, you notice down below you on this crazy computer console here that the screen is sort of to scale. So it's a pretty damn big screen, almost as big as a person. And you see it blinking and blinking, and there's actually a little digital readout of your warp shell blinking on and off on the screen.
What?
That's damn strange.
And Doruk, that comes to you.
Doruk
That's damn strange. That needs to be the tagline on your username or something. Okay, Doruk.
Doruk is just gonna kind of like fall, allow himself to fall and kind of like land all awesome. And,
Give me a dex to not make noise.
a natural one.
Come on. Of course he's going to make noise. He's a turtle.
1.
Yeah, 17.
Okay, cool. So no damage, but you go flunk, come clunking down, and that sharp rock you covet so much hits the ground, and you see 2 crystals grow legs and actually kind of open these toothy mouths and come to life right here.
Yeah,
But that was just an instant.
Come to my rock. He's gonna. That's so stupid. He's gonna run over to the computer console and try to like make any kind of sense out of it.
So coming over instantly, I mean, you've been on the warp shell for some time now. you see that it is sending you a message.
Oh yeah.
The message is blinking on and off and rewriting itself over and over on these different screens, even though it looks like this screen was put here more for a research purpose or something in another time. But the signal has been taken over by your warp shell.
Nice.
The long and the short of it is, as you're looking at this screen, the warp shell is perpetually transmitting the same message over and over, which is that it's out of power. It needs another Yogg crystal to power it. Its orbit is decaying.
Oh no.
It can't rescue you. It can't warp. It can't even maintain its current orbit around this planetoid. And I don't think we're sitting on anything anymore, but it has a very short amount of time before it's going to make planetfall. And before that time, it needs a Yogg crystal to re-engage its systems. And it is transmitting this over and over and over, down and down again and again and again on this little computer module. Which the computer module has a lot of the similar technological features of the Squog armor.
Warp shell needs food badly.
Your ship is dying.
Bummer.
So I think Dorok is just reading through this and sort of almost paralyzed a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a bummer.
Yeah, and then I think that goes to Ezer.
Okay, let's drop down behind Dorok.
Give me the same check for no. Well, no, they're alerted, so no need.
Let's try to look at the console that he's looking at. Why is he so enthralled? And I'm assuming I learned the same information, but can we communicate with the ship, or can we try to see what else I can figure out from this machine?
Give me an int check 14.
Command machine.
And a good
15.
way to imagine the 14 is you're seeing these crystals like coming to life in front of you and moving toward you, and pretty difficult to focus on a computer screen. So give me an int 14.
Yeah, I got a 15.
Oh,
12 plus
fantastic.
3.
So you glean everything that Doruk did really quickly. And yeah, this console, you can communicate back to the shell. So if you wanted to send a message quickly, you could.
Yeah, we'll respond back to it and tell it we crash landed on the ship. We may have some crystals to use as a power source, and we'll try to find a way back.
Sweet. So do you have a coin yet, Victor?
Yes, I do. I have one.
Well, you can't hoard them, but awesome and well done. So the return message from the shell is that it locks onto your coordinates, and it basically decides to decay its orbit toward your coordinates. So if it cannot crash, it won't. But if it does, it will try to crash at your coordinates. Well done. And that comes to me.
Awesome.
And I have no timer because my skitters are already alerted because of the noise of the Torton.
Yeah.
So the skitters instantly jump to action.
Good.
And these things are insanely fast. And one actually, almost like by a magnetic sort of action, goes zipping up to this crystal here. And these things seem to have no trouble inverting either. So it just inverts as it jumps up, sticks on this crystal. And it is not quite there, but looking Zed right in the eye. This one, well, they don't really have eyes, makes it to Doruk. And it leans forward and does like a spearing motion with this sort of sharp crystalline body.
Dang.
And these are 4 on the rolls.
Bring it.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Mod 21,
Oh, no.
but it's only weapon damage with no mod. 4 damage, Doruk. Can you survive that?
Oh, I can. I got 1 hit point left.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it comes up and does like a body spear. It's just a high accuracy, but not that much damage attack. And the other one doesn't come into range, and that's it for me. So we come all the way back to Zedekiah.
I think I've got the most hit points, so I'm going to ignore this one up top, and I'm going to leap. Well, just kind of drop down between Doruk and the thing, kind of present a human shield. And while I'm falling, if I could just throw a couple of those firestones at Ezra, get him some juice.
Oh yeah, so you keep one, and then Ezra take 2 firestones.
Awesome.
And yeah, now you're sort of moved into target acquisition space, right? That's kind of what you're imagining.
Yeah, basically.
Oh man, that's awesome!
Utilize my full heart.
Holy shit!
Nice,
Over
nice.
here, over here. Okay, man, that's crazy when you're working in side view. Like that's a classic side view maneuver right there.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, Doe, that's you, my man.
Doruk is going to take that sharp rock and throw it at this stupid bastard.
All right, make it a ranged attack then for weapon damage.
Hiya!
That's not
Rolled a
good.
natural 1.
Oh god. The rock flies right over here.
And I didn't kill. Oh no!
Give me that
Okay.
D6.
Hate 1.
Boop. There he is. Not bad, not bad. Okay, Ezra.
Oh, never mind.
Let's,
I already did attack.
Since I have 2 firestones in front of me, I'm gonna use the firestones to help concentrate my magic and shoot a fire missile at the one that's in front of, not the one that's in the air, up on the ceiling.
You don't know how to cast that spell anymore.
Oh crap! You're right, son of a. Okay, then I'll pull out the plasma cannon or the pulse cannon.
The pulse cannon.
Let's see if we can charge that sucker up.
I'm gonna.
So,
Can I
so you
turtle?
want to fire the pulse cannon where?
At the one in the air.
Up high.
Yeah, because there's a little bit too much of a crowd in front of me.
Okay, so you level this thing in front of you and pull what looks like the activation lever is, and it goes and roll a 1d4, and that's how many rounds it's going to fire.
2.
Okay, so for this round and your next round, this thing fires whether you want it to or not.
Oh.
And that's how a pulse cannon works. So this thing does ultimate on every shot. So can you hit the 14?
I like this gun.
You and me both. So 18.
Hit. So ultimate damage. That's a
7.
6 and a 12.
A
D6
D6
and
and
D12. It's a weapon doing ultimate.
so 7 and 4 is 11.
So you blow this crystal skitter to bits.
Good job.
But as you do so, you realize like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, it's going to
No.
keep firing.
It doesn't want to turn off.
So on your next turn, you either have to basically drop it and let it randomly fire or hold it and try to fire at something else. So the
Hold it
idea
and
is
try
a
to
highly
fire-
powered weapon
Right.
that cannot be stopped. So it costs you time in exchange for lots of damage.
Sure.
So I've been kind of experimenting with ideas that involve time as the resource rather than damage and other things. So it's kind of, I don't know if it really goes anywhere, but we'll see what it's like to fire a pulse cannon.
I like it.
But for the moment, fuck yeah.
I'll
Cool
take
so
it.
far.
Exactly.
Okay,
I'll take
unfortunately, we have
We've
a
got a
skitter
weapon.
here. Oh boy, it looks like I've got 2 targets to acquire. I've got 1, 2, 3 Zed, 4, 5, 6 Doe. It's a 5, so it reaches past. And these are 4 on the rolls with unmodified weapon damage. Does a 13 hit Doe? Oh, you have no gear.
I have no gear, so I have an 11 armor.
4 damage.
I'm down.
All right, Doe drops again.
Man,
Boom.
it's hard to be a tortoise.
It just doesn't take much, and that's what I love about this. I don't have to do 40 damage to be interesting to you guys. All right, and that's all I've got. This little guy kind of skitters across a little bit, doesn't do much. And Zed, you're up, my brother.
I'm going to try my best to beat 7 shades out of this thing with a rock.
Oh, dear Lord. Hit the 14.
That's a modified 20.
Nice.
I'll trade in that hero coin as well.
There you go. So ultimate weapon damage. Kill this thing.
That's 8. Oh, no, that's... Oh, no, it is 8 because I don't have my weapon kit anymore.
Okay, 8. Let me pencil that in.
Did you roll weapon damage and ultimate?
I certainly did.
Right.
The dice can
Wow.
be cruel.
They have been
damage
tonight.
is overpowered.
That
No, it's not. Roll
No.
a 1 3 times on an ultimate dice.
No,
it's
it's
not
not.
overpowered.
Still awesome. So Zed lunges forward. Gah! Absolute courage in the face of this freak show. Puts a crack in this thing, but does not quite kill it. Knocks one of its legs off. And that comes back to Doe. Roll for dying, my brethren.
5.
Nice. Ezer?
You should pick me up and throw me at the thing. Oh no, you can't.
Use them as a weapon. I have
I
no
think
choice. I'm firing the
Koopa's
cannon
pretty
for
cool,
a second
but
turn.
Koopa's a little disturbing.
I'm not going to let go of the weapon, so I'm going to let it keep firing out into the darkness.
Boom, 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 boom. So make this next attack. If you're going for the skitter, it's easy.
Yeah. Okay.
So hit an 11 as you just try to level this thing downward.
No, of course not. I rolled a 9.
What's that?
I rolled a 9.
Okay, so the second shot goes over the top of the skitter. Oh, God.
Yeah.
So give me a
know.
50-50 on hitting this hovering crystal.
I rolled a 20.
Nice. So you miss. Good grief.
Good.
I peed a little.
This is like Operation Hide Behind the Fragment.
Okay, so the skitter
Man,
now, again has... Oh, no, wait. Doruk is down, so I've got simple target acquisition. It is Zed. It's the human shield. 4 on the hit with raw weapon. Mod 10. That's enough.
It's not. I'm 11.
No, he's 11.
With no gear?
With no gear, I have 1.
Oh, you have raw armor.
I have 1 raw armor.
Nice. Oh, my God.
Crocodile skin.
Character building decisions coming to bear.
That 1 point.
Oh my
That's
God,
excellent.
raw
That's
armor. So dope. I can't take it away. So he misses his attack. That is so dope.
That's cool.
And
You
that
can
was
hit
your
him.
life hanging on the line too.
You can't
Okay,
hit.
Zed, that's your actually this little guy, not quite there. Zed, you're up.
As I just parry that blow aside, I'm just going to smack it in the face with a rock again.
All right, do 2 to finish the job. So hit the 14 first.
No, the rock bounces off. That's a 7 to hit.
Okay, but you keep it in your hand. All right, count down, Doe.
Bummer. That's 4.
And give me the D20. See if you can get a nat 20 to pop up.
Guys.
Come on, dude.
7.
Okay, Ez, you're up.
This place is starting to smell like turtle blood.
Okay, well, when in doubt, right? I'm going to take the pulse cannon, and I'm going to use it as a club to attack the spider next to Zed.
You could use it as a pulse cannon.
And probably blow all of us away if I continue to do that.
All right.
Because all it's going to do is continue to go off and hit all the crystals and make more of the damn crab machines.
Give me a strength on the 14.
Yeah, I got a 13, so not that great.
So Thwump right next to Zed doesn't quite get it done. And that's
Little
back
short.
to me. Looks like I've got 2 targets to acquire here. But first, let me get this crab. 2 targets. 1, 2, 3, Zed. Who takes 1 damage? It's a 1. Zed, you take 1 damage.
Cool.
All right. Target acquisition on the skitter. 1, 2, 3, Zed. It's a 5, so it's Ezer. 4
Damn
on the
it.
hit. Mod 17. That's definitely a hit.
Oh, that's a hit.
And then raw weapon for the spear. Ooh,
A score!
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, just out of reach. Oh,
So you just take a scratch from it and back to you
Scratches
to the
it,
kaya.
The sweet rocket
Oh,
action.
yeah. Just keep hitting the thing. Keep just smacking it with a glass rock.
You've heard the
Last
definition
time
of
you failed.
insanity.
This time it's easy.
It's a natural 1 followed by a 3.
Oh my God, what is happening? You're just over there like, it's like that scene from 2001. You're just like,
Not working.
nothing. Okay, Joe, let's
Hitting
hit
the
that timer,
shout,
and then
fire the pulse cannon.
go for the nat 20.
All right, I'm down to 3, and I rolled a 2.
Oh,
All right, Ez.
fire the pulse cannon.
Holy shit.
Oh. Okay, so I rolled the four-sided, and I get to fire it for 2 more rounds again.
Okay.
But I rolled a natural 20 to hit.
Yeah, you did. That's awesome.
Woo-wee. So that's a D6 and 2 D12.
Oh yeah, nice.
Good God.
I think it's
do
going to be
some
playing.
damage.
Oh yeah. 5 plus 9 plus 6 is 11, 20.
Dear Lord. So you blow the thing into tiny
Wow.
little shattered fragments. But then you feel the pulse cannon is going vroom, 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 vroom.
Yep, it's still shooting
It's going to keep firing.
for one more turn.
And then my turn is this little doofus who doesn't do anything. He only does 1 damage, and then he's just a nuisance.
Ankle biter.
And then we come back to Zedekiah.
Step on it, Zed.
I'll punt it.
4. That's awesome.
Think back to my college football days.
All right, what else?
I'll start moving towards the exit, and kind of these guys seem to have a handle on the computer, so I'll just recce basically.
I'm
So
bleeding
you
and
come
dying.
up to this hovering crystal. This one is different than the others. It's very perfect. It's like sort of an elongated D10. And as you approach it, it's sort of in your mind, it's sort of beckoning you. And the closer you get to it, you actually feel like, God's the power of these crystals. And just being near it, heal back to 10.
Tremendous. I'll get that 1 hit point back.
And this is actually a pretty fun moment to finally see at the table, because the Yogg is an idea that we started almost 2 years ago, which was this, basically, it's really simple, was just a healing crystal, but it's part of this other project we're doing, and it finally has found its way to a game, so it's awesome. So you just walk up to this thing, and just being near it, all your wounds close, and you just feel like, oh, we can do this. We can do this.
Don't shoot it.
Zed, bring the crystal towards Doric.
Okay,
Perfect.
Joe.
I'm gonna, yeah, go for it.
What's that? What's that, Zed?
We want to bring the
no.
crystal.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring it across, but that'll be a bit too much for one action.
Well, you
imagine.
reach out and sort of touch it and grasp onto it a little bit, and it's held in place by some kind of like magnetic force. Like it is totally immovable.
Grab Duroc and drag him over there.
I think that's most of Zed's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is that
my
feel all
turn.
right? Okay. All right,
I'm gonna-
I
Joe,
grab.
20.
I'm going to flip down to 1, and
Oh,
I roll 5.
Okay, Ez, I think you don't have that many choices.
not really.
He's got to fire
I
the
grab
pulse
him
cannon.
and carry and blow it up. No, we need that. The ship needs that.
Oh shit, the pulse cannon.
It's still firing.
Still firing.
Mm-hmm.
So give me anything but a 1 on a D20.
Oh yeah, I'm okay. 7.
All right, so now we're into a gray area. Does that take Ezra's turn to hang on to the pulse cannon? What do you guys think?
I mean, if I was holding on to a focused energy weapon of destruction, I would probably need to concentrate.
Yeah.
Now, by Chris's
it would.
interpretation of not moving, that kind of gives you 2 actions.
Oh, okay. Then definitely.
Yeah, but this would be
revive me.
this would be an exception, though. I mean, this is like it's like a solid beam cannon that you can't turn off.
Yeah,
and
it's an action hogger.
not just a little rifle or even a large barreled shotgun or something to that effect. It's a 7-foot post. I mean, it's
The
taller and
idea
bigger
is
than
that
me.
it was an action hogger. So you fire
Yeah.
it and it pins you.
So I would say, yeah, unless you want to throw it on the floor and take your luck.
Okay, well then by that reasoning, I would have to say the tribunal says that Ezer's turn is actually hogged.
Yep.
If that's the case, there's one last chance. I guess that comes back, since there's no enemies, that comes back to Zed.
Yeah.
Nope,
The chat
no,
pointed out I probably should have gone and saved him, so I'll go save him.
Yeah.
So you were within one player action of total death.
Oh, again.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Again.
Yes. You
Just
can be
ran
my
off.
hero, baby.
So the last blast from the pulse cannon flies wide, and then Zed jumps back down, grabs the Torton by the shell and lifts him up and says, "Not today." But he stays at 0. But his timer stops. So nice one, Zed. Good.
I can roll my 20, right?
Good grief. Yeah, so now you're stable, so every time on your turn you can roll a 20, so go ahead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20.
Good job, man.
Hey,
That's awesome. That was fate.
Okay, well, come up with 1 hit point then.
Man.
Well, if you're going to earn a living, that's one way to do it.
Jeez.
Earn a living.
It's good to see we're just barely
You have to
holding
start
on.
putting kill markings on the back of his shell.
He,
They're not
he
gonna
gets-
be, it's not kill markings for the number of people he's killed. It's the number of times he's died.
Just death markings.
Yes.
You know,
Doric,
color
he
cross-
stands up and he says, Doric says,
Yeah.
"Oh, what happened?"
Oh man.
Did we win?
Yes, Dora. Yes, we won.
Yes, Nora.
Go hug the crystal.
Okay, so for the sake of expediting, I'll assume you guys move up just a little bit. Everybody can come back to their 10.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna French kiss that crystal.
You mean French
Oh.
Kistel? French Kistel?
Yes.
With
It's
that
gonna-
snapping beak as well. Damn, that's brutal.
Mhm. Careful.
I know.
You might cut your tongue and be back down to 1 hit point again.
Okay, so anybody want to use turns in any other way?
No, I'm gonna pick up my sharp rock.
We can't move that
Acquired?
crystal, right?
What's that?
Move the crystal.
No, it's magnetically sort of held in space.
Wait, is that a Yogg crystal?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yep.
Should we go back and maybe tell the warp shell, hey, there's a Yogg crystal right here?
Yeah, I need to take that Yogg crystal back to the Order of Yogg.
This one you
Oh.
cannot budge.
I bet you with that pulse cannon I can.
Oh no, that's a bad plan. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, it's a really bad plan.
Damn it. Okay, just this one time. I'll be back, Crystal.
I'll be back, Crystal. Mark this in the log.
Yeah, get the coordinates. We need to come back here.
All right, awesome. So you guys move on down these sort of crystal stairs into the next space. And as you enter, this final chamber is sort of almost humming with power. You have this huge cavern in front of you, and there are these crab pod crystals throughout. And at the far end of the room, you can see this massive, almost perfect sort of quartz-shaped red crystal just sitting on a little sort of a dais or a little raised piece of stone. Not hovering like the Yogg. This is just a rock-steady, gigantic crystal. This is probably what they were looking for. As you enter this chamber, my friends, I would like to roll the session end dice.
Roll a 1.
Oh, there you go. A 6. So you see this space before you. You've been through hell. You know that your warp shell needs power or it's going to crash. Time is of the essence.
Run.
And who do we have in the front? I think it was Zed.
That would make sense.
So we have, and I think after trying to sort of grab the Yogg, I think Ez is coming right here. So That keeps us right in our normal order. At least that's how I see it. I'm not sure how everyone watching sees it, but on my hangout, it's Chris, Matt, Vic. So Zedekiah, you face this chamber right on this little precipice here. And what, my friend, will you do?
I'm not going to lie. The fact that it's empty terrifies me.
Be bold, be brave. Just go for it.
Yeah, I'm just going to go for it.
We got full hit points. What's the worst that can happen?
Who dares wins? Yeah, I'll leap down and just start running for the big crystal.
Yeah.
So as you leap down here to this little ledge, you enter this space and realize there is not only no gravity in this chamber, but gravity is randomizing. So roll me a 1d6 on a clockwise pattern, like on a clock, and that's the direction gravity goes when you jump.
Oh my word, that's a 2.
So 1, 2. So actually you go and fall back into Doruk.
This can only go well.
And when you slam into the wall, give me an anything but a 1 to make a graceful landing.
It's an 8.
Okay,
well,
great. So you find your feet again. So Doruk, you see him jump out and curve and land back on the rocks.
Huh. That's weird. I'm gonna take my sharp rock and, like, as a tester, like, throw it out to see which way I'm gonna go.
All right, roll 1d6 again.
A 1d6. 5.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is about 10 o'clock. So so your rock flies out, and I'll use your icon to show, but it kind of flies like this and hits this cluster. So give me a 1d6 again.
A 1d6. 4.
No.
4.
No.
So the rock curves through this randomizing gravity, smashes this crab pod, and 4 of them pops out. Ezra, you're up.
I throw another rock out into the chamber.
Holy shit. Give me the 1d6 roll.
This is
then.
going well, guys.
A 4.
So 1, 2, 3 is 6 o'clock. So 4 is about 8 in my mind. So it's right there.
Yep.
So give me the 1d6 roll again.
3.
So this shatters and 3 little crabs pop out and cling to this little massive rock here in the cavern.
I am really starting to hate those crabs.
I hate this so bad. Yeah.
That's okay. Break all the crystals. Let them all fill the cavern, and we'll see how long the pulse cannon can last.
Yes.
Okay.
There's just one point. I just need to spray them, and they'll be splattered everywhere.
Little wannabe Metroid fucks.
Zedekiah.
You know what? I'll copy the plan. I'll throw the rock out into the distance.
All right, roll the 1d6.
It's a 4 again.
So this one flies harmlessly down and lands down here somewhere. But that just takes a microsecond. So what else will you do?
I'm going. In fact, I'll just attach to the wall and run around the edge.
Yeah, exactly.
There you
Why didn't I
go.
think of that before?
That's thinking. So you can get about a banana down here. And then Doe, you're up.
I'm gonna jump, but as I jump, I'm gonna turtle.
Oh yeah.
So I just kind of like poop and shell and like smash into everything.
Okay, give me the roll then on the gravity direction.
All right, gravity direction is 1.
So you come out and you arc up and go plunk. Oh wait, sorry. You
Awesome.
land right up here in turtle mode.
Awesome.
And
So am I adhered to the ceiling now?
well, for the moment, that's where your gravity is taking you. Yeah.
Sweet.
Like gravity in this space is just completely nonsense. Like this crystal is just randomizing everything. And Ez, you're up.
Crystals.
All right, let's jump out into the space. Let's get this thing going. We don't have time to play with it.
Roll.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, perfect. So 5 is kind of like 10 o'clock, right? or 9:30.
Yep.
So, woo!
Plink.
Give me an anything
2.
but a 1 to hit that crystal as you fly past.
15.
Okay, yeah. So you just float like right about over here.
Whee!
And that's just your movement. So any action?
Like flip off those crabs as you
I
float
really
by.
want to fire that pulse cannon at those crabs, you know? I'm just kind of afraid of what it's going to do and where it's going to go.
Do it. It'll be funny.
Okay, so let's fire the pulse cannon. And it's going to fire for 2 rounds, and I rolled a 13.
And what are you firing at?
The crab's right above me.
All right. So it's a bit of a miss, but you still blow this one to smithereens.
No, close enough.
And then it's boom, 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 boom,
Yep.
boom, boom, and it's just going to keep firing for your next round as you float. So that gets a little interesting.
That's kind of
And-
fun.
All right, Zedekiah.
Just carry on running around. If I manage to get to it, punt that
Sticky
crab
feet,
into the
sticky
distance.
feet.
Man, this is where you
Nickname
really
Sticky
want to
Feet.
have a Reptoid in the group.
Yeah, exactly.
Freaking spider
Okay, so you make it about yay far. That's just movement and squashing. Anything else?
I don't think I've got anything else I can do unless I just start throwing like explosives around.
No, not yet. Hold on to those.
Yeah, I think I will.
That.
No, that's it. I'll flip off the I'll flip off the crab people.
Okay, Doe, you're up.
I'm just gonna kick off and then turtle.
All right, give me the gravity roll.
All right. 6.
You just land right here.
God damn it. All right.
Man, you keep getting ceiling rolls. So that's just your move action. Anything else?
I mean, I don't really have anything else that I can. Oh, yes, I do. So there's a continuous beam of crazy energy going right now, right?
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, I really want to throw this tank of ultranium gas into it.
No, don't do it.
No, I don't. I'm not gonna, because that seems like it'd be a little suicidal.
You might fill the whole room with flame. I don't think that would
Yeah,
be a good idea.
I don't know how compressed this is, so I'm not gonna do that. That's a bad
Let's
idea.
not fight
Ed,
that.
you're up.
Well, I continue drifting in the same distance, or do I
Nope,
pick
your
and choose?
gravity shifts on you as the whole space seems to be bending. So where's it going now?
Direction 3.
1, 2, 3. So 3 is kind of, so you land right here.
And I shoot straight up.
Fire straight up. Hit 15.
Missed.
Actually, wait, you missed last time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're just hitting a 12, so that's a hit. So you incinerate these crabs.
Yeah.
They're done. Clearing the path for you.
And it finally powers down.
They get too close, just hit them with the shampoo.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh man.
No. Our warp shell's gonna crash, guys.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
You need
Zed.
to hurry the hell up.
Just keep going. I'm going to try and vault that. Oh no, I can't because then I'm going to have to roll for gravity.
That's right.
Yeah,
Dex,
just run it.
Dex to vault the pod and then
Just
gravity.
run over it. Yep, just run over it. Run the walls.
So that's a 15 to vault it,
Nice.
and it's a 1 on gravity.
So 1 is 12 o'clock. So you jump over and go whoop, and land right here.
That's not
Could be
bad.
worse.
And that's your move action.
Damn it.
In that case, can I jump for the entrance into the into the rock room?
Right there?
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess you'd be jumping against gravity, right?
yeah,
If you're like
That's
jumping
normal.
up. So yeah, we'll put you right there.
cool.
And that's your action. Okay, Doe.
I am gonna, man. I'm remembering what happened last time, and I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to kick off in the direction of the exit and like try to turtle up. Trying to at least. Let's see here.
Give me that gravity.
3.
2, 3. So 3 is usually straight down or so,
Down.
or about
Yeah.
5 o'clock.
The 5
No, there's-
o'clock.
Not good.
There's crabs down there.
Take 3 damage.
Ows. Any crabs?
So you just land in a bunch of crabs.
Got crabbed.
Okay, Ez.
I'm going to try to make my way towards Zed here. So let's see what direction I can go. 5. 1, 2. Nope, it's back up.
Yeah, 5
It's about
is
10 o'clock.
About 10 o'clock. So up here.
Back stuck up there.
Chris, is it daytime?
Oh yeah, that's daylight.
I
done.
heard birds. I was like, what?
Oh, mate, the birds have been singing since the game started.
The man is the warrior. What can we say? So that's your move action, Ez. Anything else?
No, nothing else. Can't do much. Too dangerous if I do anything else.
It's getting down to the hairy zone here.
Ugh, we need to grab that thing.
Okay, Zedekiah.
I'm
Get
gonna
it,
run up to that
Zed?
crystal and see if there's any way I can get it out, or it's something I can do with it.
Yeah, this thing is not attached here. It's just resting, and it is just pulsing with power. And the minute you grab it, actually,
Oh no! Oh,
Straight into us.
the shell zeroes on your coordinates and shatters into the cavern.
oh
The
no!
only person I see that is affected here is Ez.
Oh no!
So, Ez, you've got a 50-50 chance of being killed by this thing.
No!
So give me a 50-50.
What?
50?
You hit exactly 50?
Exactly 5-0.
Well, that's a tribunal moment. Is that a high 50 or a low 50?
That's 1 to 49?
What do you guys think?
zero
Reroll or is
count.
that player favor?
Does 0 count? Because if it's 0 to 49, that's low, and then 50 to 100, well,
So,
yeah, because you can't roll 0 on the dice, so it's only 1 through 50, and 51 through 100.
It's pretty equivocal. I'm going to have to say re-roll it.
yeah.
Oh, come on!
What do you guys think?
I was going to say at best that's going to be, 0 HP, just drifting.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
Grievous.
just down.
Grievous
damage.
There you
it
go.
could be-
Great answer. Great answer.
could be
So it is
Grievous maiming.
0 HP, but alive and drifting. The
Please
warp
don't
shell
roll.
Floating in
smashes
space.
into the cavern, and instantly this crystal that Zed has located by touching it is pulled up, kind of like a Superman's little codex piece. Pulled up off of its platform, and a little opening appears in the warp shell. It's sucked in, and instantly the warp shell is powered back up. And the entry bay opens in the cockpit of the warp shell, and gravity stabilizes as it pulls you guys in, lifts up into orbit, and this time is completely powered back up.
No,
Everyone
we left
can
the crystal.
now add a heartstone to their inventory.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
As the warp shell not only
Oh, yeah.
regenerates you, but it makes you more. As it's finally restored to full power, it hasn't eaten a crystal of this scale in centuries.
Sweet.
The thing
deal.
rises up, and you notice now for the first time you are above the moon called Iris, which is one of the moons of Kirak, where the Zurin live.
Can we bombard it?
Kill
we'll
it.
fire the
Just-
pulse cannon at it.
Fuck this moon!
Oh man. Can we go back down there? We
It's
left the
worth
crystal down there.
You notice that these squags who have been trying to harvest these crystals, they had been deployed from a much larger capital ship. And this huge squag capital ship, which is sort of a bubbly design, moves in toward the warp shell. And that moment of conflict, my friends, is another story.
Oh man!
Oh, son of.
Oh no!
It's nice. It's nice that we ended the game with some loot. Like
Oh.
we now have a heartstone and a bag of explosives and nothing else.
Bro,
Pulse cannon.
Okay, Doruk's about to take on a whole like freaking carrier cruiser thing with a sharp rock. Right?
You guys, I seriously need to go get some groceries.
I need to go get some sleep.
Oh, awesome
Oh,
game,
wow.
you guys.
That was awesome.
Everybody,
That
thank
was
you
awesome.
for tuning in. This has been Drunkards and Dragons with my illustrious and esteemed players who are not only patient, powerful, strategic, resilient, they are also team players and good friends. Matt, Chris, Victor, thank you guys very much for playing. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And everybody, get ICRPG at your table. Get yourself some Warp Shell. Thanks a lot, you guys, for playing. It was a blast. And we'll see everybody next time. All right, so let's take it on out. See you guys later.
Thanks for having us.